Welcome everybody to the second Podconius, which is of the Riconius The Podcast. The Riconius The whatever. We're here. And I have with me co-hosting for today again is Jordan.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Jordan.
Yeah. He and I are a part of True Friends Gaming, another group.
It's true, we are.
A group of us who play video games together and stuff. And also
there's 10 of us.
A lot of us. And joining with me for this episode, the special guests, plural, collectively, they are Spiral Dreams. Individually, we got with us Aniki.
Yo, what's good?
And
name's Aniki. Oh
no.
Hello, this is Aniki.
Aniki.
Yeah, I'm Aniki. Also go by Augie.
And then, of course, we also have DJ Mana Soul, the wizard himself.
Let's go, baby.
What's
up, everyone? Thanks for being here. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I'm glad to have you both on my podcast. Podconius.
But yeah, man, this is exciting. But before we get started, I just want to say a big thanks to SlightlyFoxtail Store, the merch store. This episode is brought to you by SlightlyFoxtail Store. You could go to the SlightlyFoxtail Store, store.slightlyfoxtail.com, and get yourself some Slightly Foxtail merch. If you put in the chat right now, if you're watching live, !Foxtail, there should be a link that pops up for that. And also a little bit of housekeeping. This is a live show on Twitch, on my Twitch channel, Riconius Live. And if you are watching live, if you put in ! Podcast, you'll be told that the podcast is live, and we may not be interactive with the chat. But if something sticks out, that's like, response to whatever's being said, then we might notice it, and we'll comment on it or whatever. But for the most part, yeah, we're going to be talking here with the fellas here. But yeah, so this is it. Yeah, okay. So man, Spiral Dreams, Aniki, Manasol, Augie.
Yeah, so for people like, I don't know, myself, who's unaware of anything about the Spiral Dreams, other than you guys are both DJs, what is Spiral Dreams?
What is Spiral Dreams? Yeah.
Well, basically, it's music entertainment. I guess collective, right, Alan?
We're trying to define it. We're kind of just figure it out as we go. But it's basically a music collective, and we host live events on the West Coast currently. Going to make our way around the East Coast at some point.
Yeah.
But we source and curate artists and just organize events. We have a bunch of plans in the future, kind of planning it all out, but some merch, maybe a record label at some point. The opportunities are endless. We're just starting with shows.
We're just reaching high.
We're keeping our collective open to all genres of EDM. We're still, keeping it in the EDM world, but we're keeping it open to all the different genres. Yeah. So
it's all good stuff, man. I mean,
yeah,
it's been exciting to see just even like the growth too. For you guys, like, just, man, you're going places. You've been to some places, and now you just keep going. And
I was telling Alan, like, not too long ago, I was just like crazy.
Like yesterday.
It was literally, we had a meeting yesterday, and I was just talking to him. I was like, dude, it's actually pretty freaking crazy, like how far we've come with this label or collective. About a year ago, I just mentioned it to him, like saying, hey, we should go for it. And at first he was like, maybe not, no. And then after a while, yeah.
Some backstory. We're just gonna call it a project, I guess, like a collective project, because we're still figuring it out. but yeah, like we were talking about it yesterday because we were having a meeting for our next show, and you know, me and Augie, we've known each other for a couple of years, and one day he just asked, you know, like he was like, we should start a music collective. And I was like, yeah, nah.
You could do that, or
I got like a whole bunch of things going on. That's like, you know, I don't got the time. And then like he was like, okay, and then came back maybe like a month later. He's like, we should start this music collective. And I was like,
Right
no. You know, I said no like 2 or 3 times, and you know, it just gave me time to think. And he asked me again, and I was like, you know, if you believe in it so much, like, you might as well like give it a shot, right?
You gotta believe in your Aniki.
sounds great.
Yeah, yeah.
Reference.
No, you're right. That's a Gurren Lagann reference, which is kind of a. Oh, sorry, go.
No, you were still talking. I thought you ended up there when you just said it was a Gurren Lagann reference. I was going to let you keep going.
Yeah, like our Spiral Dreams is actually a Gurren Lagann reference. If you guys don't know what Gurren Lagann is, it's an anime. It's one of Augie's favorite anime. I don't know. He's like on top for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's one of his favorite animes, and we were coming up with the name. I don't even know how it came about. Yeah. It was like.
Well, first it was a pipe dream, but now it's a spiral dream.
It was funny, because we were literally spitballing ideas and a group chat, and we were just like saying, spiral this, spiral that, spiral blah blah blah, it doesn't work. And then like my girlfriend or one of my friends kind of just said, oh, what about dreamers? And I was like, spiral dreamers. And then my girlfriend was like, what about spiral dreams? And then I sent it to the group chat, and that was it. And
like, baby, that is it.
Wow, that it hit perfectly. You know, it's just like, holy crap, that's like easily the best thing. And then, you know, obviously we checked to see if it's like taken.
You know, when you have like, you have that moment when like the light bulb clicks, and you're just like, wait a fucking minute.
Yeah,
it's like
genius.
It's like when that Childish Gambino story when he like was doing his he like found his rap name on it like a randomizer, like a name randomizer. Yeah. Like when he said that, I was like, wait, that's it. That's fucking it right there.
Yeah.
That's the one. I think that's funny when that happens, when it's like, it's just from when it's from like an outside source, and you're like, no, that's genius. Yep, you're right. That's the one.
Wow, glad I thought of that.
What's the word? Serendipity.
For real. That's dope. So like, I guess like then, apart from Spiral Dreams, then like even on an individual level, what made you guys want to start DJing?
I love the music.
Okay.
The passion of, you know, just how I guess like EDM as a whole, and just music in general, I guess. It just really like just going to shows and stuff, and the emotions that you have through a music festival, whether it's like happy, you know, just want to rage and just like go crazy, or you know, just meeting new people as well, like creating a community. It was just seeing that, like how like music brings people together and just brings out all these different types of emotions in you. Like for me, at least personally, that's what really like spoke out the most to me. And like I've always loved music growing up as a kid, you know, and just, I mean, for me personally, like I don't hate on like any genre, except, well, okay, I take that back. There is 2 genres that I'm not that big on. You know, I do have a couple songs from one genre, which is country, but other than that, like country music, I'm just like can't get with it. But
a lot of people say that too, yeah.
You know, and then reggaeton. I don't like reggaeton.
Oh, I don't know. I don't like that. You
don't like reggaeton,
bro?
Yeah.
Bro.
But yeah, no. EDM music in general, though, like whether it's trance, dubstep, future bass, house music, you know, trap, even techno, like just drum and bass, like it just brings all different types of emotions to you, and it's just fun, dude. And it's fun to see people like seeing people live when you're playing music live and stuff like that. It's just awesome seeing their reactions and stuff, you know,
especially live, because then like that's where like you literally are feeling it, like just from the whatever like speakers or monitors or whatever. It's just like you're feeling it in your chest, and like I get that for sure.
Yeah.
What about you, Alan? What's your
know,
story?
just to comment on his country thing. You know, like I used to say the same thing. I was like, yeah, I'm not really big into country. I'm still not, but like maybe it's an age thing. And now like I don't really mind it too much. Like if it's on, like I want to like change it immediately.
You'll get that Marty Robbins, bro.
Well, I'm gonna change it eventually. And reggaeton's tight. You know, it's just a vibe.
Come on, like
yeah, it's like that groove. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know.
It's because you know what it is, Augie. I think it's because of like just like over the years, just like how many people are driving by, and it's just like just shaking your arms.
Yeah. No. I don't know. It's just like I just can never get into it. Maybe it's just because I can't dance. You know, I'm gonna admit it. I'm a bad dancer.
I think like when there's like, you know, like a reggae band playing on the beach and you're smoking to Jay and it just like all connects. You're like, this makes fucking sense now. You know, like I've been missing out. All jokes aside, so I've been DJing for like 7 years now, which is crazy. Time just kind of flies by. And you know, like just throughout like high school, I was listening to electronic music. Like trance was really prevalent, and I don't know what it was, you know, just something about electronic music. It was just like always like something, it was easy to get into, and I was like, I'm trying to convince like people that like electronic music is great. It was really, really hard back then. Now it's like a mainstream, everyone listens to electronic music, right? It's
some way, somehow that's really popular now.
Yeah, like in mainstream music, there are a lot of like just electronic elements, whether it's pop or, you know, just outside the electronic genres.
Metal finds ways to use a lot of electronic instruments.
Yeah, and you know, I was like kind of the friend where they would always be like, "All right, Alan, just here's the aux cord, put on music." And I'm like, "I got you," you know, iPod is ready, and then at some point, like I
had the iPod Nano.
Just like the old school,
he was
like,
the cool
throwback.
And you know, at one point, like I went to my friend's house, and his older brother had like a DJ controller. And he was just sitting on the table. I was like, "What is that?" And he's just like, "Oh, I just bought this." I was like, "Can I like you know?" Charge it. Yeah, can I like, you know, like play around with it? And he's like, yeah. I was like, you know, and so I was like playing with the board for a couple of minutes, and like immediately I was like, fuck, I need one of these like ASAP. So then I just bought one, you know, made a bunch of like shitty mixes, and then eventually I got decent. Played a couple of shows. Now we're, you know, hosting live shows. I'm just
That's crazy, man.
Excited to continue just making music and bring people together. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, let's talk about that. Like, you guys had your first live show back in, oh man, what month was it?
August.
It was in August.
Yeah, August.
Wow.
Yeah,
like in LA, locally, like that. And that seemed like that went well, right? Like,
yeah, dude. Yeah,
like from the videos, from everything, like just dude, that looks so hype. So how was that experience for you guys?
Super sick.
Honestly, like, okay, so when we first sold when we first started selling our tickets, maybe it was like 2 weeks after, but we sold out our pre-sales, and we sold about our pre-sales was 50 tickets, right?
Yeah,
it was 50 tickets.
50 tickets.
So we ended up
good start.
Yeah, it was a really good start. So we were like, oh, hell yeah. Like, we sold out our pre-sales for our first show. And like, you know, we were still a little nervous because, you know, obviously when you're, you know, putting a lot of money on the line with it, you know, you're just like, all right, like I hope there's a return, you know, like kind of want that reward and everything of like all the work you've been putting in. And yeah, man, like it was funny. Alan actually had a phone call with the owner at Catch One, and they were like, "Oh, how many tickets have you sold?" And then Alan was like 50 tickets, and she was like, 50? What? Like, usually people don't sell like they only sell like 8 tickets like 3 months in advance, or even 4 tickets.
Really?
And like,
yeah,
so,
I was surprised honestly when she told me that, because I was just like, man, I'm trying to fucking fill this room.
Yeah.
You know, our first show, and
It's your first show, and like you already broke some record at the venue.
Yeah.
Well, she was just surprised. I'm sure, like, you know, like bigger shows like do really well, but it just was like reassuring to hear that like we're like
above
on a
the
good
norm.
path, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's good to hear. You know, like we just gotta keep this up.
That can be your next album name, by the way. Above the norm. You're welcome.
It's like a
spiraling dreams above the norm.
It's like an emo band.
Just a bunch of samples. Like you just have samples from like friggin' like Hawthorne Heights and like Dashboard Confessional and like
someone like in one of our group chats sent like a TikTok of like, rock music videos from like the fucking 2000s is just them like crouching in the corner, and then they're like in a jail cell for like some reason, and the forest is like, you know, like just posing and like singing at the same time. I was like, this is so true.
Yeah.
Where are you? Just like
I'm so sorry.
But that's oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it was just like it was cool, and then like, you know, coming up to the day, we were selling like, you know, maybe 1 or 2 tickets out of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, oh, okay, like we were getting a little nervous, you know, like the night over, like okay, maybe we only made like almost our money back, and then like we ended up making our money back a little bit right before the show, and then like when the show was happening, it was just like, okay, cool, you know, it's cool, like we made our money back, that's dope, that's, you know, a success. And then this one artist that we had on our lineup came in, the whole squad of people. And then boom, we were just like,
really?
Ticket sale. And Alan came up to me and was like, bro, look at all these tickets coming in right now.
For that one artist?
Yeah, that one guy. He came in an hour
awesome.
before he was gonna perform.
Came like 20 with like 20 friends, and like my phone notifications was just like,
yeah.
Boop.
That's fantastic.
Double tape.
Yeah,
it was great.
No, it was dope. And
but so I forgot what the initial question is, but I kind of want like
just like the experience of like from that first like live
from
show.
The first show,
that live show.
Well, like, you know, in the beginning, like well, first of all, we like hosted a live stream you know, like a couple of months, because we're still like mid-pandemic and like Augie wanted to create a music collective. I was like, we're in a fucking pandemic.
You
So like we actually we wanted to host a show like mid-pandemic, like trying to figure that out, and like came up with like, you know, this plan and like artwork and just like rallying people on to be like, yeah, this shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
So
I remember that.
Yeah. That was gonna be a tight, like, we don't talk about it, but that was gonna be a cool show if it were to happen.
Yeah.
The art was sick for it too. Shouts out Ricardo. And
thank you.
So anyways, that show like got canceled, and we were hosting a live stream, and you know, it's called Pierce the Heavens, also a Gurren Lagann reference.
Or Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
Pierce the Heavens.
And you know, I was like already streaming. I had all the setups on OBS, and we were sourcing artists from basically like from all over that we knew or we didn't even know.
Yeah.
So we had artists from like Texas, New York, Japan, and a lot of them were in California. So we did the live stream first, and that was really successful.
That was awesome. Let me tell you, that was
so
beautiful.
good.
Honestly, that live stream was something else, man. You just felt it, you know, like the energy behind, you know, all the artists, all the work that each of them put into, you know, their video or their set performance and everything, and it was just it was
yeah.
And so many of them, like their sets, like blew me away. Like I was like, okay, like it was great because it was like you definitely felt their work in it. Like you felt even the emotion they put into it, and like just how good they were. They were really good.
Yeah.
Some artists is like just blew me away. Like I'm not like a huge like trance person nowadays, but like one of the artists is Huezo. Shouts out Huezo. He made a set and absolutely like blew my my mind. I was like, bro, like that was amazing.
That set was incredible.
Like just like exactly. And after the live stream, well, first of all, we like raised like I don't remember how much,
$1,100.
Yeah,
$1,100, and that was going back to the artists to as a thank you for like their time and effort. And
that's cool.
Well, after the stream, it just kind of clicked where it was like that felt really good. We got people together, we made like new friends. And we our group chat is still active. We still like talk to each other and support each other.
That's so good.
So
a couple, or one of them, we even put on our live event, our first live event, which is Otokage.
That's right.
Yeah, and we had like we weren't even connected with them. Like Augie just like messaged them on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
on SoundCloud. Oh, I thought you were gonna say like.
No, it was actually Instagram.
Okay.
But it's funny because like someone that I used to work with at Camp Fun Time, shout out Camp Fun Time. I used to be a camp counselor.
Nice.
He like reposted him on his page, and I was like, "Yo, this guy's sick, bro," because he like had the full like the Sound Shadow like fit on,
hoodie,
he had the mask and everything. You couldn't see him.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, who is this guy?
Just
like,
that persona that he had. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I want to know who this guy is. Like, so I told Alan about him, and then like we ended up messaging him, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, dude, like I'm down to the stream, blah blah blah." Like and he ended up doing a really freaking good job, and then we just ended up eventually putting him on a live event, killed it there. Shout out the Unicorn Collective too.
Yeah, so
people there,
So after the live stream, we just made a bunch of like friends, and I think to me it just and moving into our first event, it just became apparent to me that like I really like only want to like maybe this is like a pipe dream right now, but I really only want to work with like authentic, like genuine, passionate people, who that are like-minded and like believe in the vision, want to support each other. And somehow we're able to find that with like all the individuals so far. So I wanted to like keep that as a goal, like moving forward for all of our shows. So for our first show, we came up with the concept. You came up with all the art. We have an animator. Shouts out Wave Exchange.
Yeah, Wave Exchange. Yeah,
created a lot of good content for us, and we sourced all the artists. Everyone was on board. Good people.
I just want to say like how good he is at like he takes like art that I've designed and stuff, and like just how he runs with it and makes it like it's like it was like meant for his animation. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy how well we work together without like really working together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
you guys
crazy.
Have, like never like talked.
You guys never talked to each other.
Yeah,
but like
I mean, he's messaged me like he messaged me, but like
okay, that's good.
But like that was like, I think that was more like right after like this last one that I designed for. But like, just like seriously, like I designed something and like it's almost like it was like he knew exactly how I had envisioned it coming to life. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just crazy. Like
that's crazy.
That it worked out.
Honestly, every time he makes like a piece for us, we're just like, that's exactly like how I would have like imagined that, and like exactly what we wanted or looking for, even like better. Like it just blows our minds out of the water, and we're just super like appreciative for him. So moving into the show, we're selling tickets
Mm-hmm.
and just like rallying people, and just to give like some context, is like I live in the Bay Area and Augie lives in SoCal,
Mm-hmm.
and you live in SoCal,
Yeah.
and basically the rest of the team is in SoCal, so I'm always like moving back and forth, and I'm trying to bring people to the show, and all of my friends are here. I realize after an extensive like friends list like search, just like I know like maybe like 25 people in LA personally, but I managed to like bring like 50 or 60 people somehow, just like talking to people, like, and they brought people, and so that was like one of the challenges for me, was just like, how do we convince people to go to our first show that like aren't really our friends, how do we put this like in the public eye? And we're still figuring that out, but it's been a fun experience. We managed to get like close to 200 people to the show, and it was amazing.
That's crazy. Yeah.
We like, there's a lot of things I want to share like in between, just like how chaotic like getting to the show is sometimes. I like to do this. I like to call things like when we have to run an errand, I call it a side quest. It's just like, this is not the fucking main objective, but we have to go do this right now. Otherwise, like, we're missing something, right? So we had to do multiple side quests. We get to the venue. It's like, all right, setting up's easy. All the artists are coming in, and some of them were meeting for the first time, and Rob is just setting up visuals and got the door person going. People are coming in, and it's like a slow start. Like, visuals are crazy right now, but then at some point, I'm like on stage, not during my set, but I'm just looking out. I'm just like, there's fucking hell of people in here right now. And it feels like great, because you're just like, how did like all these people even get here?
Yeah. Where are they even from? Like,
One cool thing too was that there was another show going on, and there was people from that show coming to our show, and we were like, "Oh shoot, this is so sick!" Like, people coming over here and staying here, like.
Yeah, there's
And you could tell too, because it was like a theme party. It was a cowboy like tech, or it was like neon cowboy, but it was like a techno.
So there was like another collective. They're called Cyber Rodeo, and they were
okay.
I hope Cyber Rodeo never sees this interview. They're pretty well known out here in the Bay Area, and they happen to be doing like an event at the same night while we're doing Cyber Void.
Cyber Void, that's right, yeah.
Cyber Radio, and the funny thing was like they're all dressed up. And then, like, all of a sudden, like, we start seeing cowboys and cowgirls in our event. And we're just like, hey, Cyber Rodeo is actually, like, next door. And they're just like, yeah, we know. We just want to hang out here. It seems popular. We're like,
okay.
Well, welcome, know?
Yeah. I mean, because I was thinking, I don't know, in my head, I was thinking, like, oh, no. They thought you were Cyber Rodeo.
Well,
they knew.
We figured like something like that was going to happen, but we didn't know that Cyber Rodeo was going to be there till we got there.
Yeah, we had no idea.
But to avoid the problem of like people going to the wrong like stage, because there's like a lot of stages there at Catch One. To avoid the whole problem, Alan came up with this idea. He was like, well, we should probably put something out in the front, like a balloon or something like that.
We're not cowboys.
Yeah, he was like, we should probably just get SpongeBob. That would be freaking hilarious. Just put SpongeBob out in the front.
I would love a SpongeBob balloon.
That's where
we're going.
That's where
we're going the right way.
Freaking SpongeBob is right there.
We're going the right way.
That's right.
There's SpongeBob.
Yeah,
but we went to Party City, and like they were like, sorry, we don't have a SpongeBob. We have a lobster, and we're like.
I was
like Larry the lobster, like no, just a lobster balloon. And so we were just like, well, great, like that's terrific. That's exactly what we wanted, And we were just like,
I was just like, has nothing to do with SpongeBob. Thanks for the offer.
And we looked over and there was a Pikachu, and I was just like, "There's my soul."
I remember that.
You already know.
Shout
out Pikachu.
Shout out to Pikachu mains and Smash everywhere.
Yeah.
Esam. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that Esam Smash.
But
shouts out Esam.
Yeah, that was that's really funny. Yeah, like so. Yeah, like there's like multiple stages there. So like you guys had like so how does it work? Like you have like your like that one. It looked like it was like still enclosed, like your own like room or something.
So it's like so there's like a I guess a shared patio where people can go and like smoke and like buy drinks and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then you would go into your respective room after you figure out which room is which, because there's 4 rooms in the building. And yeah, like cowboys and cowgirls were just popping up at our event. And I was just like, you're in the wrong room. Like, yeah, we want to be here. And I was like, well, you guys didn't buy a ticket, but I don't really care. Fucking have a good time. That just makes us look better. So I was actually pretty stoked. It was just a funny, like thing to see. Yeah. And it was a really good night. I know we're kind of dragging on this section, but
no. It's not a big deal.
Okay, sure.
We're here to chill. We're here to talk. Give me more stories. Who jumped off the stage? No, I'm kidding.
I wish.
Just to kind of go off of like what Alan was talking about. Seeing everybody in the crowd and everything. That was definitely a high moment for me too, because just seeing all that come together and just like working really hard at it and just like just seeing like how you can actually go out there and start chasing your dream and stuff and like making stuff happen, and seeing that, just even seeing something small like that, and like I know eventually like I want to keep on leveling up with this, and I want to get to the point where this becomes full time with Alan, but just seeing that, it was just like, wow, like dude, we made this happen, like. And I'm not even gonna lie. Like at the end of the night, I started crying because I was just so happy. I was just like, "Wow!" Dude. Like,
yeah, for sure. That's totally.
It just hit. I was just like, man, like, just even right now, I'm just like thinking about it, I get a little emotional. It's
just for context, though, Augie's a crier, so
yeah,
it's not really that crazy.
He also made a bagel and he cried about that. It was
Hey, I like to cry sometimes, right?
But crying's good.
Yeah. I don't really cry.
Yeah.
I maybe cry about this much. I made a joke yesterday. This is how much tears I'm allowed to have each year. Just enough for this vial. But I did tear. I did tear up.
Humble brag.
Monster.
I did tear up.
Such a manly man was here.
Oh, but then you still teared up, though, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think it could have been sweat. I don't know.
Back
in there.
It was blood, so it's cool.
Could you believe that he's the one that DJs more of the melodic stuff, and I DJ more of the angry, like heavy stuff?
Right? And then like,
I mean, it makes sense.
That's funny. You just feel so much.
Alan cries through his music.
Yeah.
He gets it. But yeah, no, it was just a really like good night, like when the night was happening, like in the beginning of the night, it was like, all right, the game plan is to greet everybody that comes in. So like everyone's coming in, like, hey, nice to meet you. Thanks for the show. All right, nice to meet you. So I'm just like running around, like meeting like everybody, and Augie's doing the same, making everyone feel welcome. Everyone's like meeting everyone. It was like really cool to see different groups like come together and meet each other. Because it's all about like making connections, right? Like through music and booze. and like it was really cool. Like I got to meet like a lot of like Augie's friends, a lot of like the artists, like homies, some of the other artists that weren't part of the show that came through. And I was losing my voice. I was like, I don't know how many people I could talk to. So I would step outside, just like like just take a deep breath and just recollect. But it was really like rewarding to just have everyone show up. And I got to play a set. I got to play the closing set, which felt really good. And for me, I was like, the closing set is kind of important because we got to bring everyone back together. No one leave, stay. And it looked like people were having a good time. And I'm having a good time. I'm like sweating, and there's like a moment for me where it was like all the lights like turned off. I like look over at Rob. I look out on the stage. I mean, at the crowd, and I felt like I was like floating off the ground, like transcending to the sky. I was like, this is fucking amazing. And I came back down, and I don't know, my mind went blank. I was like, that was such like a euphoric like feeling for an artist, right?
Right.
The mind going blanks happens to me when I play live shows. It's like when I play and actually play stuff, I blank out during it, and then we're done. I'm like, yeah, I think that was a good show. I hope that will. Either I just hit every note or it went well. I get into a completely different mindset when I'm up there.
Right.
I'm assuming it's the same for DJ work because
it's like feeling like the music, right? Or like
absolutely.
Like your intuition just kind of like kicks in. You're just like,
and you're the emotion you're playing.
This is the moment. So we had a good show. One of my favorite stories personally was like the show's ending, we're just like trying to get people out the venue, and like I'm like cleaning up, and like one of the security guards is like, he's just chilling, and he comes up to me and he like shakes my hand. He's like, "You got it, man. Whatever that was, you got it." And I'm just like, "Bro, thank you." And he's just like, no, you got it. You got it. I was like, thank you. Like, thank you so much for like telling me that, Like, first of all, he's probably heard like hundreds of shows, like just working as like security guard there, right? And like the fact that he took the time to just like shake my hand, like meant a lot.
I mean, you're talking about it now. It must have been impactful. So that's really cool.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Like, it was like he was telling you, like, no. Like, I've seen other people, and you're one who you guys got it. Like,
exactly.
I checked out the Cowboys next door, but you guys have it.
Man of many words, right? Like, but that's all I like needed to hear. Like at the end of the night.
That's great.
That's so good, dude. Yeah. Like when you get that encouragement and that assurance of like, nah, this is it. Like, this is actually working. Then it's like you just want to keep going, and you guys are gonna keep going. Like, speaking of like upgrading, like you guys got another show coming up, second live in person show at Catch One.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if y'all don't know, in chat you could I could put in the exclamation or the thing right now. If you put in Spiral Dreams, it should work. It better work. Spiral Dreams presents Winter's Nightmare on December 18th.
There it is.
It's going to be at Catch One in Los Angeles, but this time it's going to be it's bigger, right? Like, because
2 stages.
Yep, 2 stages. And let me try to get to the
I mean, I live in Indiana, but I'll wish you the best of luck because I'm like 2 days drive away.
Oh man.
So we'll see you on the 18th then.
Yeah.
I could technically get there in time.
Exactly. Yeah. Should we start now? So up on the screen now we have like the main flyer with the artist names and the information. But you guys, speaking of leveling up, you guys have 2 stages this time at the same venue.
Are these all I guess it shows down that they're all like EDM and stuff?
Yeah, so like we said before, we're gonna do like all different types of events for different genres of EDM. But for this event, the next event is gonna be basically like mostly rhythm, like which is a subgenre of dubstep.
Yeah.
And like other forms of like bass music. There's gonna be mid tempo and then hybrid trap. I think Monas does hybrid trap, right? He's gonna also do some like dubstep in his sets. But yeah, this next event's gonna be super heavy dubstep. Got a really stacked lineup. Snooko, legend in the rhythm scene.
All the way from Florida.
All the way from Florida.
Wow.
So, and then also Lazy Flex too. Lazy Flex has some angry sounding dubstep.
I can tell by the logo.
I love that the fonts of these styles are so similar to like hard rock and metal bands.
Yeah,
like,
the only
genres that are like what is the one that's like the one that looks like all the tree branches all wrapped around each other? Is it Brando?
Brando.
Brando.
Yeah.
Okay. Dio Brando. That's the joke with like especially black metal band stuff. The ones that are like the satanic.
Yeah, it looks like
it's always a pile of sticks. Is the that's how you make the logo.
That's so funny because that's what they say like with
spikies.
This is how you know like how heavy like you are into dubstep. You know?
I feel like
logo like.
I feel like like dubstep or like bass artists that plays like heavy dubstep. They always have some sort of logo that looks like that. Probably because they've listened to metal like growing up.
Oh yeah. And you get a lot of those mixes where you hear like the heavy distorted guitars and then like the synths that are really like more based on electronic more so than like chiptune or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's funny. Actually, a lot of like metalheads will go over and like be into the heavy dubstep scene as well because it's just.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's a really cool sound you can do, and actually, there's times where I've seen metal bands will get like an EDM producer to do stuff like, especially like bass guitar, because you can get those like sub bass and stuff that you can only get from like an EDM or like those types of artists that know how to make that stuff,
and where you feel it too.
You can you can get some really cool sounds for like hard rock, metal, and other stuff like that.
Yeah, it's cool. And actually like they're starting to add like screamo into, dubstep tracks and stuff like that. So
do you guys do any vocals or do you play any instruments or is all of your stuff based around pre-existing?
So right now, me personally, I don't produce. I just DJ. I like using DJing as like more of a networking tool, like to go meet other DJs, producers, stuff like that.
Sure.
And it's been useful for Spiral Dreams, meeting a lot of different people. So that's mainly what I use DJing for. I tried getting into producing, but it wasn't really my cup of tea. I think doing this with Alan has become more of what I've become a lot like really passionate about. Because I've always liked just finding the next like artist who's like the next hot artist who's gonna be up there one day. Like I was like being the first person to be like, like I saw this person first, or I heard them first, or I've been following them since like they only had 2,000 followers, type of like.
You've got the mindset of somebody that's gonna run a label one day.
Yeah. To add on to that, Augie's actually really good at just like networking and talking to people. Like for Winter's Nightmare, he actually curated like the main room, like all the artists, so like he was like, we should bring these people, and I was like, well, I gotta check them out first. And we have a process. We like checked everyone out. And he was able to just like get in contact with them, like they're all down for the cause. I like curated the local room. I mean, it's mainly just our friends, right? We want to like put on our friends, but like our friends who like are like up and coming, they're rising, and we want to like represent them. And Winter's Nightmare. Yeah, it's coming up. We have an open aux, which we've gotten a couple of submissions for.
Yeah, I see that. Like, how does that work? Like, what exactly is the open aux?
So the open aux, like a bunch of collectives, or like it's just basically like a contest to allow like another artist, DJ, the opportunity to compete for the spot. We originally had like a full lineup, but the last DJ, just wasn't able to participate anymore. So we're like, we should do an open aux, open it up to the people, like meet new people. And they just had to submit a 30-minute mix, just bass themed, since it's a bass show. And it's pretty easy. They post the flyer on social media and tag us so we can like refer back to it later. And yeah, we're making selections on Monday. A lot of them are really good, but we can only have one.
Yeah,
we can only have one.
It can only be one.
That's always the toughest part. I feel like, because you just listen to all these mixes, and it's just like sometimes it's someone that you know, and they're just like, oh, put me on.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Like, I personally like listening to other people's mixes. It gives me different ideas. Like, inspires me. I like, one of the reasons this Open Ox came up this time was I actually tried to join an Open Ox for a show, and I didn't win, but I was listening to everyone else's mixes. Like, damn, these are really good.
Right.
And I kind of wanted to replicate that for Spiral Dreams, and so far it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Winter's Nightmare, everybody, December 18th in LA. There's the address right there on the screen, and you could still buy your tickets, right? You guys, they can still buy their tickets right now?
Yes, tickets are on sale. You can find them at tinyurl.com/wintersnightmare.
Or you could put in the command in the chat right now, ! Spiral Dreams, and the link will pop up for that. You could get your tickets. LA, and at Catch One, you guys got 2 stages. It's a level up already from the first one.
10 stages, 12 DJs.
That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah,
one massive back to back with Aniki and friends.
Yeah,
a lot of which start with the letter M.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize that until now.
Menace and malice and I don't know.
I think someone was like, "That's mama, mama, nama,
nama, nama, doo. That's awesome, man. Yeah, Spiral Dreams Festival. I see that in the live chat.
Honestly, that's something that I want to get to at some point in my life.
I bet.
Definitely hosting the Spiral Dreams Festival. Maybe even, I don't know, like having Gundams like just around the festival, just like something like that,
So we gotta go. So it's gonna be in Japan, and they're literally gonna use like the ones that they built in Japan.
Yeah. I actually took a picture of the Gundam model. It was by the Toyota.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I know that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really dope. That was freaking sick. I was like,
for real. That's gonna. Yeah, that would. Aniki.
I want to pilot it.
I see the Aniki Monosoul 6-hour back to back.
Yes.
One day.
This is it's exciting. Just how much Spiral Dreams has been growing and is continuing to grow, and I want to thank you guys personally for like inviting me on this to like. Well, first of all, Augie, because knowing you like for years, and then like you reached out to me wanting me to help with like designing stuff, and then like now like through you being able to meet Alan and then being able to just be a part of this, like.
Yeah, dude, it's funny. Insane. I was actually thinking about that the other day, like how like it kind of led up to making the Aniki label and everything, and I would just hit you up randomly. I would just be like, hey man, how you doing? I would be like, hey, like I want to work with you on some artwork, and you're like, okay, for sure, let me know. And I just wouldn't message you for a while.
I'd be like, okay, whatever it is, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, like because I was always just kind of like what am I like? How am I gonna go about this? And then I guess it wasn't until I finally started getting that motivation again of like, getting, because there was a period of time where I actually stopped DJing for a little bit just because like I just didn't feel like I was good enough, and like I was just kind of bringing myself down and like being the worst critic. You know how it is. Like
you're an artist,
like
just a creative and artist.
You're your own worst. You're your own worst critic. So it's just like I was too hard on myself. I played my first show in a bar and I messed up like 2 times. And I was just like, never again. Like, oh, it was bad. Like, and I was being way too hard on myself. So I kind of fell out of it, and then got back into the whole like scene because of my friend Josh. He was like, hey, bro, like, I just got into EDM. Like, let me hear you DJ. And I was like, all right. And I showed him. He was like, bro, you're a sick DJ, bro. And I was just like, you really think so, man? He's just like, yeah, man, you should. This is literally how the conversation went. He's like, yeah, man, you should DJ my birthday party. I was like, all right, yeah, sure, whatever. Let's go. Let's do it. So I did it, had a good reaction with all the people there. And I was like, man, like, I felt the fire right there. I was like, it was like, you know, from Gurren Lagann where Simone, like, I don't want to spoil. Actually, the show's been out for a while, right? It's been out for a while. I don't care if I spoil anything. After like, after Kamina dies, and then he's like all depressed. He's like, oh, I can't do it. And then he has that revelation of like, oh wait, no, I can do it. Like that's what Big Bro Aniki meant. Like, believe in me.
Because he was like, I remember he was like so depressed and just like done, like, no, I can't do this, whatever. And then there was that moment.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and so like I had that revelation. I was like, wait, no, believe in the me who believes in me. And then I went into Ricardo's messages again, and I was like, hey, bro, like I know what I want to do. And then at that time, I was like really into the game Lethal League. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Lethal League, but it's
Lethal League.
It's kind of like I guess is it like dodgeball. No, what's
yeah,
that?
It's kind of like dodgeball, smash, dodgeball. Yeah, something like that.
I guess I
it's
must
a
not
sick
have seen
game, but the artwork, the music in that game is really freaking dope. I love it, and I was just like, I want to like use that like kind of style, like that, because I've always been into graffiti art too.
Yeah, like
use that graffiti, use that graffiti, and then like, you know, make the name Aniki, and then I was like, boom, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever, bro.
I'll pull it up in the screen right now. Aniki's profiling. Yeah. Like that was when you told me the idea for the logo. I was like, yeah, I'm down. Like that.
Yeah.
Like it's just a cool idea, like to make it look like it is like graffiti art, you know?
I love seeing, just to kind of bring it off real quick, the art that Ricardo made of like Aniki and stuff. Because I remember watching you draw him the first time. I was like, there was back when we had the old TFG art, I was like, what the heck? Why don't we have versions of us that look as cool as they look?
Yeah.
There was that.
And he looks awesome.
I think it was there was I think it was for Augie's birthday, right?
Yeah.
The Kingdom Hearts one where it's Alan and Augie. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one went hard, bro. I love that so much.
That was so fun to do.
That was so sick.
Alan with the Oath Keeper.
Yeah. It was the Oath Keeper and the Oblivion, and
I have Oblivion.
Man,
and Donald and Goofy were in it too, right?
Yeah, Donald and Goofy.
Yeah, Donald and Goofy were in it, and like I actually bought us like Donald and Goofy plushes. I gave them.
Got it right here, bro.
So perfect.
Got it always right here, bro.
I love how like
Honestly, I don't even know.
Like literally, I love how goofy that looks.
Yeah,
it's like the shape of it with like the ears are just stuck out like that.
Donald's just
you
like,
fellas.
Sitting in the hey, yo, that was pretty good.
That was so good, bro.
I got the Donald right here.
Yeah.
He's been kind of just sitting in the bin because he's fucking healing trash.
Yeah, he still hasn't healed Alan yet.
No, yeah, exactly. As punishment for not healing him. Yeah.
Now Ricardo's gonna try and do the Donald voice.
Nope, can't do Donald.
Oh my god.
Like even doing to even like try and attempt like words with that is just impossible.
It's hard because you gotta it's pushing the tongue to the side.
But it's but yeah, just like seeing that, like starting from that, and then and then when you told me, you told me the idea. I think was Spiral Dream still like already a thing when we were trying to do that first?
No, not yet.
No,
that was
that's
when I was
thought,
like, Aniki came out first, like with the whole, you know, logo and everything, and then that's when I was like in the background. That's when I was still talking to Alan about.
That's what I was saying. No,
it was just that's right. It was just an event, but it was like it would be hosted by you guys, but it was like its own thing. I remember that, and that was a fun one too because of the concept and the.
Yeah, I loved it.
Especially.
No, I remember like I remember like when we were just like trying to get like artwork done, and like Augie was like, I know a guy. And I was like, okay, good, hit him up. And then then like, you know, you're creating like all these crazy ass artworks for us. And I was like, dude, Ricardo's like amazing. I'm so glad that he, you know, like that you guys knew each other, and that we reached out to you, and you know, we have like you know, like a partnership with the business. Like all of our art comes from you, and we really appreciate that.
I appreciate you guys, man. Like, because it's been a trip to be able to have like this consistency with like being able to know like, oh, I know these guys got my back to like be able to like to want to use my work, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, and I love it because they're always dope ideas, and it's always like, it's always fun to do it with you guys. Like even when like little things are like, you know, like this last one, it was just even like funny, just like how it just kept like, oh yeah, we gotta add this to the flyer, and like,
oh yeah,
we kept going. That was hilarious. I'm like, okay, no more, right? Actually, it was so good.
And the last part, I was like, wait, one more thing. You're like, no,
and then you're like, I love you.
Oh yeah, that's such a troll moment.
That was good.
No, like sometimes we'll just like, you know, we'll come up with ideas and we'll just like throw them at you. It's like, yeah, we want a fucking like a beast, we want a werewolf. Yeah, werewolf. Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, do you guys want? Okay, wait, because you're like, I don't know if we want like a dragon or a werewolf. I'm like, okay, do you want a scaly boy or a furry boy? What do you want?
Like, all right, and then now give him a spear, like make him hold a spear,
Now give him a spear.
and like it's just like more blood.
That was a funny note. Yeah, I was like, yeah, more blood, like make.
And you know, then you just like take the ideas and just like work with it, run with it, and tweak it up, and it just looks good every time. So
yeah, dude, honestly, like every time like we come to Ricardo with like the idea or like the concept and everything, he just hits us back with a real quick sketch and everything, and it's just like, oh my god, bro, this is like everything that I wanted. You know,
even the Spiral Dream God, Dream God is like,
let me pull
that's
such a good concept.
Dude, that you like murdered that. That was like honestly easily. That art is so freaking cool. Every time I look at that too, I don't know. Honestly, every time I look at Ricardo's artwork that like he puts together for us and everything, I'm just like chills. Yeah, dude, it's so good, bro. It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, I think like one of my favorite things to have done so far is this logo with just like, because I don't know, I was like, okay,
it's
like,
very Final Fantasy. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And it was it was definitely inspired by Yoshitaka Amano.
Final Fantasy.
Yoshitaka Amano's
Kingdom
artwork.
Hearts. It's the opening logos.
Well, no, not Kingdom Hearts, but like specifically Yoshitaka Amano's art for his artwork for like all the logos that you've seen in any Final Fantasy logo, like all that like that artwork where which he's crazy. Like he's able to just like do what is like a messy sketch that is still beautiful, you know? And like that was my goal with this, is just try to do that, like try to replicate that kind of feeling, but still also like tell like a story of some kind, like and so like that's why like it was fun to think of this concept, like, okay, yeah, it's this like the personification of dreams, like as like this entity that has like, you know, it's like unraveling this like dreams, and it's like, okay, but like unraveling what? And I'm like, oh right, it's like, what if dreams is like, it's a scroll and it's all like spiraling, and I'm like, like my brain was just like working. I'm like, that's it, okay, literally spiral dreams as like bulb. That light bulb moment, exactly.
It's weird, you do the whole thing in like 45 minutes, but then you spent like 2 hours forging the abs, and you're like, they've got to be perfect.
You have to be there.
You don't understand. This is what the selling point.
Yeah, it's all about the abs. That's the focus.
You gotta make them
sex cells.
Adventure Time.
Exactly.
The god is like one of the largest reasons why like girls actually come to like the event to like just stare at the artwork and
just the abs.
Jesus. Thank God.
No, but I think it's like really cool how like just the whole, you know, top part of it is like where your dreams are at, and then the bottom part of it is like where your nightmares are at.
Yeah. There's like, that was the idea, was like this progression of, you have the peaceful, blissful dreams, and it just progresses down. The further down you go, the further deeper you go, there are the nightmares, just chaotic and dangerous.
And that works perfect for what we want to do for our events, because we want to have, you know, the dreams part where it's just like, you know, we'll have like for certain genres, like let's say future bass, trance, house music, I would even say, like, you know, more of that like uplifting or like vibey, like, you know, type of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be like now we're gonna take you into your nightmares, and we're gonna play just angry, heavy dubstep. With
you got the mix, and
like
the beautiful thing about music, like even today, because I was listening to some music, I was like, like just how much of an expression it is. Like you have the times where you can be happy and everything in that music, and there's the times where you could just go hard and just express all the even negative emotions that you might have, and then just all beautifully, just you have expression in the art of music that you feel so well. Like it's so powerful.
Right.
Yeah, I just thinking about like the artwork conversation, how we got to the Spiral Dream God. I think I like one of the first artworks we've got was like the Kingdom Hearts one, which is also Square Enix, and then that kind of just like evolved and developed into like our own artwork, inspired by does he work for Square Enix, the artist?
Yeah, Yoshitaka Amano, who does like the logos for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a full circle, like like moment. Like I don't know, like in the beginning when we're like starting the project, we don't know where it's gonna go, and then like we just throw out ideas, and I just really love like all the concepts that we've applied so far, and can't wait to see what's next.
And again, like how Wave Exchange has like utilized the artwork too, with the animations. Like I remember the specific one was with Cyber Void. Like it was like an image of the venue, but like in like this kind of like cyberspace looking thing. And I had added like in the sky like this, like just these lights are like kind of like spiraling, and it was just perfect when I saw the animation Wave Exchange did, and it was like exactly what I was thinking. Like, those lights like moving and spiraling back like up. I'm like, it's perfect. Like I can't believe it.
And he has a couple more like pieces for Winter's Nightmare coming up. We I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I'm excited.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Excited.
So Ricardo, I was trying to find old band logos you did for me in the past, because I was going to just kind of once again help show off some of your stuff with it, and once again the spiky things. Instead, this is what I found. So
why?
That's just what we send each other. It's Ash. It's like Ash is they're taking a poop
in there.
Like, I don't know what's going on.
He does low key look like he's like pooping.
But just in case somebody saw me, just kind of laughed to myself and was curious. I wasn't crazy. That was just what I landed on whenever I was trying to find old Ben pictures.
But yeah, it's
art.
Yeah, I mean it's even like just I know like definitely it's even helped my own journey of like becoming better as an artist and designer. And like it's because of like the challenges you guys have thrown my way of like what if we tried this or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how that would look like, but I'll try, and then it happens and it works, and it's just exciting. And then the other thing too is like on a personal level, just like how like DJing for you guys, but like for Augie, like how that's like it's even allowed us to reconnect as like just because we grew up together, and then then it's just like like to be able to finally like reconnect and like and just have like this partnership, like, and like this brotherhood together, you know what I mean? Like,
it's dope because like Ricardo's always been like such a homie to me, like throughout like growing up with him, going to we met at church together, at what, 4 or 5 years old. We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, we were little, dude. We were tiny.
Yeah, but like, like going to church, going to the church. I'm not going to name any names of the church.
Yeah. Let's try not to.
Yeah, but like just going
rhymes with.
Yeah, but like just going to that church, like I really felt like alone.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like I mean I had my cousin Tomas, so like.
Yep.
That's my homie, but like in terms of like other people that wasn't family and stuff like that, it was like you kind of like I don't know, I felt kind of alone at that church. But like every time I saw Ricardo there at the church, I was like, Ricardo, my homie, and then like we'd be hanging out all the time, like, and we'd just be cracking jokes, the whole entire time, and it was always like dope seeing it. Like every time I would see him, like when or, our parents would drop us off at like Awana or like
just all the different all the different things.
Yeah, all the different activities, like
even like the camps and stuff, bro.
Yeah, even summer camp, like dude, it was always dope. Just like seeing, oh shoot, Ricardo's there. That's who I'm gonna kick it with. That's my boy right there, and just like it's always been like that with Ricardo. Like he's always been such a really good homie to me, So
and likewise, bro.
Dope.
That's the thing. I know, like, again, we won't name any names, but like just knowing, knowing how I know some of the kids that like just kind of like were not, I don't know, we're just kind of like off on our own in a lot of ways, and kind of like almost like left there, and there were only like a few people who like reached out to like care for us and stuff, and like but just knowing, it was just this friendship that we had, and we grew, and like it was just like always like I'm like, okay, I don't know if I want to go to like this event or anything, but then knowing like, oh wait, but like if Augie and Tomas are gonna be there, I want to go, like
exactly.
And even like and a couple of other people that we knew, I was like, if they're gonna be there, like
absolutely,
it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. And it's just cool how we've connected through this.
2 decades later, look at us now. Who would have thought?
We're all working
together. Who would have thought? Look at us.
And also,
who would have thought? Not me.
Who would have thought? Not me.
I love Paul Rudd.
No, it's great. Like that's like that's what what I was saying earlier is just like I just want to work with like genuine, authentic, passionate like people, like and it's hard to like come across like artists like that or creatives like that in modern time. I'm sure there's a lot out there, but like to find the people that like click with you, that's like my goal,
Right.
And I mean, it just goes without saying, like, we were just happy to have Ricardo and Rob, and just like we're like a tiny like team that is like this crazy force to be reckoned with. So
oh boy,
it's like like combined, like I can't fucking make any art. I have like I can talk to people, but not as good
Alan,
as Augie.
Your DJing is your art.
I just gotta focus on that.
My brother, real quick, my brother Harder Daddy is in the chat. just quick, what's up, Harder Daddy?
Shout out.
Say that church, and most people there sucked.
No, dude, freaking my brother. That's my brother, by the way, everybody. We went to we went to a Smash tournament, and that was the name that he chose for the Smash tournament.
Of course, for the TO.
Dude, it was the funniest thing in the world because there was a lot of people there, and like it was the funniest thing in the world when you just see this like one dude go up there and he's just like, "All right, Harder Daddy, station 5, Harder Daddy, Harder Daddy."
Those are like the best names, bro.
Oh man, my brother's always been like good at just making those trolly names,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that there was an instance that happened like that. I was playing a game online, and then like it was during a live stream, and then when they like, I think when they beat me and my friend, I was like, "Oh, Daddy!" I'm like, "Oh God!" I realized what I just said.
Isn't that fancy?
No, it was someone else.
Or somebody. I was thinking it was one of the community. Okay.
No, it was a random, and I was just like, "Oh man, no." But yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah, so this is Sprout Dreams, man. I don't think there's gonna be a stop. Like, just seeing like it's just growing and growing and growing, man.
Yeah.
Unless we go bankrupt, help us not go bankrupt by going to our shows and buying our merch and listening to our music. Thank you.
Exactly.
Can't stop in the Midwest. You can't just jump straight to the East Coast.
Sure, you can.
We got big cities here. We got Chicago. We got Detroit.
You just gotta believe. You gotta believe.
Chicago's a beautiful city. That'd be a dope place to.
Yeah, Chicago's fantastic.
I would love to play music in Chicago.
Chi-Town, and then like for the event, it'll be a Shy Guy from Mario, and
Yes.
and then you'd only be like 4 or 5 hours away from me. I'd actually be able to go to that one.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Well, we'll let you know.
We're definitely trying to work our way up to go to the Bay Area for a future event. You know, that way it's like not always located in SoCal, start growing our fan base more up north.
It makes sense too, because it's like, you know, since like Alan being like the other half of like leading this, it's like like go up to his turf too, like, you know.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it just made more sense to host shows in SoCal first because you guys are all there.
So that's where like the big cluster is, right? Yeah.
It's LA and
LA is just an awesome place, but yeah, you know, one of our goals is to early 2022 we're gonna host shows in San Francisco.
dope.
Like talking to different collectives, and you know, we're gonna combine forces, make it a super mega awesome night,
like Voltron, just come together,
like a mega event.
Megazord,
yeah, a Megazord too,
yeah. And then, you know, this is kind of like later down the line, as long as we are thriving, but we would like to host a day festival outdoors.
Yep.
Actually, we were talking to somebody, I can't remember top of my head, but somebody hosts like beach events during the summer in LA. And somebody, why can't I remember who this person is? I'm going to have to backtrack. But we might have some connections to collaborate with them. So day party on the beach, outdoors.
Yeah, that'd be fun, bro. Yeah, for
that'd
sure.
Be tight.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick.
But yeah, you know, I think that's like, if we can pull that off, which I believe we can, because we have the resources. I have like friends who are, you know, like audio visual technicians, and they have equipment, and just find, you know, the funds and the land / venue, and yeah, we'll have like one large stage, multiple acts, hopefully some grass would be nice.
Ooh, grass would be nice.
Food vendors, who knows, you know?
Oh dude, yeah, like little food trucks or stalls or whatever.
Yeah, little taco stand.
Oh my goodness, bro! Get a taquero there, bro, for sure.
Yes.
I'll make the tacos personally, like when I'm not playing music.
They better be good, bro.
You want some extra onions? Got you.
He's using the console as his table.
Yeah, just this whole setup is like.
There's that like meme of like, it's like a photo of a CDJ, and like open it up, it's like a rice cooker.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
I think you sent. Did you send me that, or I think you might have showed me that? I don't know.
No, I don't think. I think it just circulated. It's just like super popular among like you know, artists. But can you imagine that?
That's
like,
you just gotta pull the handle.
Yeah.
And like you even have like the scoops like on the side, the spoon and everything. Like
yeah,
that'd be fun. But yeah, we can take a break, you know, potty break or whatever break, and come back together and just chill and talk, man.
Yeah.
So don't go anywhere, everybody. We're gonna do BRB, and so don't go anywhere. This is Riconius the Podcast. Hi, we are back.
The three of us forgot to leave to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
We started chatting about music.
Oh.
I forgot to talk during the podcast, so I just spent the last break talking nonstop.
It's okay. I have this Gatorade bottle, so I should be chilling.
Yeah.
But do we need to still put Beyond Peric, or
that's why I've been using this one.
If Alan goes mute for any reason, you know exactly what he's doing.
Scoots up real close to his desk.
That was my fish tank. What are you talking about?
You like the
Yeah.
I don't know if that picks up through the mic when I do that.
I think it kind of did.
Yeah, I heard it.
No.
Oh man.
That's like the ASMR thing. You guys know what ASMR is?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do.
It's me. How you doing?
my girlfriend, she's really into ASMR, so I told her like on the podcast today that I would like throw out some little ASMR stuff.
You should do it then.
Oh, okay.
Except I don't have a mic, so it's not as
it's not as like impactful.
I'm sending it through Ricardo.
See, this is one of those things you guys could easily do. Like, so we're gonna do some DJ ASMR, and just like hold down a freaking like air horn. So if you're ready to freaking blow it.
That'd be funny, dude.
I came through with this yogurt. Actually, I'm just gonna eat it on stream. Just
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do it. Please
It's
do.
gonna
Please
get a
do.
Gatorade bottle ASMR.
the schmacks
Yeah.
of yogurt.
If it pick up, I'd use the recorder, but it doesn't pick up on the mic either because Discord blocks it. It
Is
realizes
it
what the
so
tone is.
loud or like?
Yeah, well, not just that. It realizes it's not a person, so it tries to block it naturally because I've got the
Wow.
Oh, you got
because the audio interface is
I
switching.
wish.
to
I
the
wish
setting.
my. I wish my Discord did that for me.
Huh.
But it's always picking up
Yeah.
me.
There you go.
It's good.
At least Discord thinks you're a person.
I'm glad it picks you up, especially when you're down.
Especially when
walks
you're
up to you
down.
like-
Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Or-
it goes to you and it's like, "Hey, girl, how's it going?" And it tries to pick you up.
Oh no, no, I'm not into that. You know, I'm a gold digger, so offer me some money, Discord.
Hey, you want a date? Buy Discord Nitro.
Yeah.
So what is like what is the benefit of like nitroing your Discord? Like what is do you guys know? Like
Well, the boosts give you like
There's a couple things.
yeah, like the boosts for like a server, it gives you like the option to have like more emotes, like even like animated GIF ones, or even for like the server itself, like the image will be like animated.
It's great for community Discords.
Yeah.
You can do animated stuff, for all that. And then you also get bigger sending limits. So whenever, because we also do the gaming stuff, one of the biggest issues that we have is trying to send file, because I edit like all the videos.
Oh yeah.
So they'll send me video files, audio files, and everything, but the most you can send on Discord is 8 megabytes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sending me like things that are like 14, 15
So
gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that definitely needed to be on a drive of some sort.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But like, sometimes I'll just like want to post like a flyer, like an animated flyer. It's like, oh, it's 10
Too
megabytes.
powerful.
Nope, can't take it. Like, bro,
Yeah.
are you serious? What is this?
So that's why, it's always having to rework,
Yeah, well-
especially for stuff like that, having to rework like the size of things if you want to like for like that, for like a flyer or some promotional thing. I have to like make it smaller, and it's
I mean, it just
annoying.
ruins like quality at that point. I mean, at that point you just send it like on another platform. But
Mhm.
I mean, if you're like only friends on Discord, then I get it,
Exactly.
you know.
Yep.
So once you guys make it big and you have your big group Discord, then you'll probably have people putting Nitro in, and then you can get cool stuff,
Yeah.
animated banners and all that.
Yeah,
I mean,
everybody gets something.
I wish my Discord was popping, but it's not. You know, I like how your Discord looks though, like all the like the sub channels and
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It all-
helpful to at
it's
least like
really, like-
organize something, but even then, it's like it's not like super active all the time. But like the people that are like the, like the faithful few, are like
Yeah.
very like familiar. It's like familiarized like each other with each other. Like
Yeah,
can-
all
they
three
know-
of us.
like they know each other. They know like and stuff like that, and that's cool. But even the people who are like on the server and are like quiet, they'll still like come through sometime. Like I'll be streaming and then they'll pop up and I'm like, yeah, okay, I know them,
Yep.
And it's just, but it's interesting. It's an interesting thing that was like built just over time, and
Whereas our Discord is like we all secretly talk in our private chat and don't even talk to the community because they don't talk back to us.
yeah, and the True Friends Gaming one.
Wait.
That's because that's a community made over 10 years and they all just kind of die out over time. It just keeps recycling to,
I see this like one voice channel. It's called Council of Elrond. Is that a D&D
Lord of the
channel?
Rings reference.
That's Lord of the Rings reference, but that's more of like for like the mods to like get together in case of anything. But Luckily, that's not had to happen. And plus, whenever something like that's kind of happened, it's been like when we're like in a different call anyway together. So
yeah.
Council of Elrond. Yeah, that's Lord of the Rings. That's where the Fellowship comes
Shout
together.
out Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, some of the greatest movies of all time.
Talk about fantastic music.
Like,
dude,
like
stuff Howard Shore. The opening with just concerning hobbits going through and just following through a Fellowship is so good. Which again, I would play right now, but I can't because one, it's Twitch, and two, because
one thing I miss just about the pandemic is that
the pandemic too.
How popping like Twitch was like throughout the whole pandemic. It was just like that hub. Mm-hmm. And like people were like coming up with like different like like content, and like it was just like such a fun place to hang out. It still is, but like now that we're like sifting out of the pandemic, it's not as
back to society.
It's just not as like the community has dwindled, but the people who love Twitch like know like what it's about. Like sorry, what was the question?
Yeah,
I was asking if Augie streamed.
Oh,
I know,
me?
I know Mana does.
No.
Yeah, we play Among Us together.
No.
Pretty big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, who's the real imposter here? Huh?
I hate that game.
You love it. Don't lie.
Nah, actually, I don't stream. I mean, like, we just hosted that event together, but
because I've never seen any of your work, so I didn't know if there was anywhere I could watch your DJing.
No. I mean, like, occasionally I'll just like go live on Instagram for a little bit, but I don't really like. Yeah, I've never really gotten to streaming Twitch on my own.
Okay.
It does
that's always a cool
though.
networking possibility for you.
What was that? Sorry.
I was saying because that's always.
I don't know who you're talking to.
But
you do have the video from the stream like of you DJing. I don't think you've ever posted it anywhere. But it exists. Right. It exists.
Which one? The one for Pierce the Heavens or
Pierce the Heavens? Yeah.
Which I know, like nowadays, like I know on Twitch you're able to upload videos too, like kind of like YouTube does. So it doesn't have to be a stream, but even then, even like on YouTube or something, have like a place where you have those videos or something. But yeah, like I think Jordan was saying that on Twitch to stream, it's also like a networking opportunity.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I mean, I have met like a few people through the Twitch stream, and there's times like where I've gone to different different live streams for different showings during the pandemic. There was like a couple of people that I saw there, and I was like, "Oh shoot, the faithful nipple! Hey, what's up, man?" Like, just like those funny names. But it was just funny because I would remember that guy. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And then you'd be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Just real quick,
Yeah,
I was gonna try and find some of your work before this whole podcast thing, so I'd be able to be like, "Oh, I watched your stuff to see what it was like to make sure." And the only thing I could find was somebody had it was footage of Tsunami. Was Tsunami?
Oh, it was their set from.
And they had Monosol, and then they typoed you as Ankai Dubs.
Yeah, it was like ANKI.
Yeah, you were Ankai Dubs, and I was just like, it's like Anki Dubs. You're the uncle of Aniki.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Unky Dubs.
I looked into that. I don't remember that, but I remember that post. I think
it's like a 44-minute long video.
Oh yeah,
I think it was. Wait, what was it? Was it Aniki or was it Tsunami? It was their set. I think it might have been the Tsunami set.
Well, it might have been like
Tsunami, but there was a special thanks to Monosol and
Anki. Like something they wrote.
Yeah, exactly. It was a typo.
Yeah. I must have missed that. Okay.
Like in the description of the video.
It was their set, but
I'm specifically trying to find your work to
right.
That's how I feel it.
SoundCloud's the best place. I know, like you have some of your sets and stuff on there.
Yeah, I have a couple of my mixes on SoundCloud. I haven't posted a mix in a while. I've been wanting to do it, but I'm just like waiting to get a full 4 CDJ set up so I can do a lot more crazy things with it. Because like you can only do so much with 2 CDJs with the type of style of like mixing that I like to do, like throwing in like multiple songs at once and then transitioning.
Sounds like an upgrade for the mech.
Yeah, exactly.
For the Mechanic.
Yeah, dude, leveling up the die Mechanic login.
Like how they keep like adding to the name and like
Gurren login.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Teppen.
Yeah.
It's like a long, ridiculous name.
Yeah. The sunglasses get bigger too.
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing, is just like seeing the sunglasses grow on the
on Gurren Lagann. Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I just remember that during that stream, I think that was day 1, which I did pretty fine. But like day 2, I was like towards the end of the stream, I was just like had my head down. Like, one, I wasn't really drunk, but I was just like, I'm so exhausted from like hearing all this music, and like I didn't realize that like on the stream everyone could see just like the show, but then like I forgot that the camera was on. And like Augie like messaged me and he was like, dude, you look like you're dead. Yeah. I was like, dude, am I like on screen right now? He's like, no, but I can see you on the camera. I was like, oh fuck.
It was just
I didn't even realize.
Well, at that time too, you just got your second dose, I think. Your second vaccination dose. Your first one?
Not yet. I think I got my first one.
It was your first one, yeah.
That's actually what they said pierce the heavens, and they stuck it.
Oops.
Pierce my soul.
Like literally the tattoo that says heavens.
Yeah, because I remember you were talking about like how you were just feeling like under the weather before it, and then slowly you started feeling a little bit better. You already know how it is.
So this is all the worst stuff happening to you at once while you were trying to perform.
Yeah, that shot. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. I think it was just like getting late in the night, and I was like, man,
it is exhausting, bro. Like that's the thing. Even though it was like a live stream, it felt like an actual like music festival or concert, and I was like, dude, it was tiring. It was fun, but then it's like you start feeling it, like, oh man, this is heavy. I can't keep my eyes open, but like I'm still feeling
just trying to keep hype for like commentary. It's just like, oh man,
because you guys have to host it.
Yeah, in between each set, or we would introduce the artists, and then we did this little game, which was freaking dope. Shout out to Ha for throwing that idea. The little pizza that we were building.
Oh
we asked each artist because we were doing the icebreaker thing when we first met them. We made a Discord like channel with all of them, and then we just asked them like, oh, what's your favorite pizza topping to break the ice. So then like his girlfriend was like, oh, you guys should do this little game since they already said what their favorite pizza topping was. And then we just started creating this just pizza on the live stream. And it was like the first day, I think it was just like a whole lot of cheese and like a lot of like bacon or whatever.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then a lot of, what else was that? I forgot what else it was, but it was funny. Like when we were just like asking people, all right, who would eat this pizza? And people were like, I would eat it. Or like, nah, that's too much. There's pineapple in it. I don't want
There's nothing but mushroom.
People be hating on pineapple, man.
Yeah,
I don't know why, bro. Pineapple on pizza.
I like pineapple on pizza.
I like pineapple on pizza as well.
I choose it.
Yeah. Jordan can't taste, so it wouldn't matter. Yeah.
But you can't taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born without a sense of smell or taste.
What?
I have anosmia and ageusia. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So maybe that's like a recurring segment every time.
But I just eat.
Wow.
Yeah,
we'll tell them like, hey, Jordan can't taste or smell.
That's one of those things that does always interest people because they start making these ideas of what it's like in their head, and it's just every food I eat's based on texture.
Wow.
Oh.
So it's like
that is interesting.
Brother of mine.
It's like if you ever got COVID, like how would you know too? You know.
What'd you say? Sorry, I missed
if you ever got COVID, like how would you know as well?
Yeah, if all of a sudden I gain the ability to smell and taste, I have to freak out. Like I'm like something's wrong.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, it's the reverse.
That's like what people say when they're like going to have like a stroke or something. They smell like burnt toast. If all of a sudden I start smelling, anytime anything happens, something bad's happening.
yeah, exactly. That's when it's wrong. Yeah.
Wait, so
automatically know what the smell of burnt toast is.
So what is your favorite food in terms of texture then?
What is Ricardo? Ricardo, what do I have every day for my dinner and breakfast?
He has Pop-Tarts and pizza. That's it.
Wow. The diet of champions.
Which is why you saw my Pop-Tart box back there. Whenever Ricardo,
before
came out here to visit.
Well, I just need to know.
A box of Pop-Tarts, and it just said with a sticky note on it, Pop-Tarts, but they're from LA.
Yeah, that's what I got him. Yeah, I brought.
And I was few months ago. I was in New York City meeting another friend of mine. So in like the last year, through my different friends, I've gotten Pop-Tarts from LA from my friend Ricardo. I've got New York. I got them from my friends Pop-Tarts from my friends Kirk. And New Jersey, my friend Aaron, and in Maryland, my friend Kyle, all got me Pop-Tarts.
Wow.
And they're all just Kellogg's chocolate fudge Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, just the same flavor too. Which is interesting that like it's still the texture specifically for that flavor that
I mean the texture of chocolate is a very good texture, and like just the way that the fudge is, like whenever it's like cooked, it feels so much better than like any of the other Pop-Tart flavors that at least I've had.
Oh, man.
Plus that's been my breakfast since I was like 4, and now I'm going to be 30, so
yeah.
So when did you
forget about that, Ricardo?
No. It's just like like the fact that you've been eating just like Pop-Tarts, like
26 years of Pop-Tarts. They should sponsor me. They should be like, but don't mention I can't taste.
It's never like, what?
Bad for marketing.
Then what are you going to say about the product? It feels good.
Imagine that slogan.
Really
Pop-Tarts,
good.
We feel good. What does that mean? You can be the toaster.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like, it's just an interesting, like, this is something you don't hear every day. So thanks for sharing that. Yeah.
Not at all.
And that's why I'm glad that's been more the response, because it used to always be people hear it and they'd be like, wow, if I couldn't taste, I'd eat fruits and vegetables all day. And it's like, no, you wouldn't. Vegetables have crappy texture. Everyone feels like you're just chewing on grass.
Yeah, dude.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's a lot of foods I can tell apart, but there's a lot of vegetables I can't tell the difference between them.
Yeah, it's like mushy and stuff too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's some things that mushy has a good, like mashed potatoes or like fries. I actually like the softer, mushier textures of those.
Yeah, it's a different type of mushy. That's a different type of mushy though. There's like
yeah, absolutely.
Like I don't know, mashed potatoes has a good mushy, and then vegetables sometimes like just have that like soggy like mushy.
Yeah, I was like, so there's a point Ricardo had COVID, and he lost his ability to smell and taste, and he messaged me. He's like, bro, I know what it's like, because he tried food without the ability to taste. It's like an experienced life through Jordan.
Yeah, it was weird. It was wacky. I'm like, what the heck? Like, this doesn't feel. It's not right.
You kind of saw what it's like, right?
Yeah, because
that's why I always tell people now I never want the ability to taste, because there's so many foods I like now based on how they feel that I'm afraid that I wouldn't like the taste and I would lose a food I like.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because like I wouldn't experience it the same way now, because there'd be a whole new sense that I'd never. Actually, I don't even know what it's like. I can't describe what taste is like because I have no idea.
Wow.
People blow my mind. Like, go ahead.
If I ever like collect all the Dragon Balls and I get 3 wishes, I'm gonna make sure that one of my wishes goes to you. I want to give him the ability to taste and smell.
Just for one
and just
day.
Like. No, not just for one day.
That's so fucking God.
I want him to enjoy all my favorite foods.
Yeah,
the same way.
And that's the thing I was going to say. There's times where I'm convinced when people explain smell to me that they're just lying and it's not a real thing. Because there's times where people are like, "Oh, it's going to rain." Like, what the heck was that? What are you doing?
What do you mean?
It's like you just sniff the air and tell me it was going to rain.
Yeah, you could tell. It's like a weird.
There's a scent.
Yeah, it's like a sense of wetness in the air.
That's like we talked about. Has it rained yet? Do you smell that the rain is in the sky? Like, what are you smelling?
I think that might be it. Yeah, that you're literally smelling the water that's about to come down.
That terrify me, because when somebody's like, you see them sniff, like, oh, somebody farted. The first thing that comes to my mind is, oh, there's poop flakes that just went up that person's nose.
Oh man.
And they're nose eating poop right now, and
there are shit particles, and they are
yeah,
It's true.
Yeah,
It's
there has to be a physical item that's there, right? So whenever they smell a fart, there's little poopy flakes going up their nose. Everybody's favorite.
I guess
cereal.
that's like the. I guess that's kind of like the
cereal.
lucky thing of like, or you know, the benefit of like not knowing what it smells like, because a lot of times when like things even like smell really bad, you don't have to deal with it.
and it's great because there's so many times I unintentionally drink like spoiled milk, and I don't know it until the next day. We'll have. So I have a friend. We had a D&D group, and somebody always made these like this chip dip and stuff, and I would eat a lot of it. The thing I didn't realize is it was spicy, and I wasn't registering the spicy feel or taste. There's sometimes I can feel if it's really spicy, I can feel it in here.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so I didn't know. Not really. I don't think I've ever had that. But so I didn't realize it was spicy. So I was eating globs of this cheese on the thing, and I used the bathroom, and it was like molten cheese. It was just it's the worst. So I can experience spice coming out but not going in, and that's horrible.
Yeah, that's the worst, dude.
So those are the weaknesses of not being able to taste. But like, if there was ever a stinky supervillain, you know, Captain Anosmi is going to save the day. I'm here.
I mean, at least like if you're going to a music festival and using like a porta potty, then
you're
terrible, I guess.
You're lucky.
You're chilling.
Yeah, I don't have to have a bowl of poopy flakes.
You won't have that aunt that like goes up to you and will be like, "Oh, do you have a cold?" And then you just like, "No, why?" And like take a deep breath. Oh, dude, what the heck? That's a true. That's a true story.
Speaking of
you poor boy.
My Dia,
speaking of storms, smelling the storm. I actually this is like
the new WoW expansion.
Sort of like off topic, but I just like I was like on an anime binge, like on Thanksgiving weekend, and I watched Your Name.
Okay.
For like the first time, and then that came into like Weathering with You, and Weathering with You was good, but Your Name took the cake for me.
Yeah.
And then I had a dream. I had like a weird dream where I guess it wasn't that weird, but I was like a kid again, and I was going to my elementary school, and there's no rain in sight, and then all of a sudden
smelled it. Oh.
Okay. Maybe I smelled it. I don't know. Like if I think about it, maybe it just started like fucking pouring. And I'm just like, dude, like luckily I have this umbrella, like miraculously. I don't know how it got here.
Dream,
must have known it was gonna rain today. I'm like walking to school, and I don't really remember the rest of the dream. All I remember is like some dude like smelling like cigarettes in the rain. But random fact, I started like journaling my dreams.
Yeah.
For like the past couple of days, like writing like
the dream journal.
Yeah, the dream journal. And boy, are they random.
Yeah.
That's curious.
There was one where I was like in a tall building, and I was like pulling off a heist with like Luffy. Like I don't know what we were doing, but he was like running somewhere. I'm like, of course, yeah. And yes, shouts out to the boy, 1,000 episodes. Yeah. And then my girlfriend asked me a question. She was like, "So was he like a real person, or was he like animated in your dream?" I was like, "I'm pretty sure he was animated, but like,
it's interesting.
How does that work in like reality, right?"
Yeah.
You ever seen Space Jam? That's how it works.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It works just fine.
I didn't watch
Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. I didn't watch the second one though. Should I watch the second one?
Space Jam 2, New Legacy?
Yeah.
You know what? I watched the day it came out. If you go into it and you try and remove from your mind, oh, this is obviously a cash grab, and you just try and watch it enjoying the IPs of what Warner Brothers owns, I think it's a fun movie. Not necessarily a good movie, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
You don't expect much from it. It's just like
if you just go into it and you're like, let's see a bunch of Warner Brothers stuff and watch my Looney Tune bros play basketball.
Yeah, if you really want to just like shut off your brain for a day.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Just have fun.
Shut off your brain and just be like,
For sure. No, that's a good description. I have like a really like, like low like criterias to like enjoy a movie. So
like you have like a high tolerance of like any movie, like.
Yeah, like I find like most things enjoyable. So
I like that.
But then when I'm watching something and it's like obviously fucking terrible, and it's like don't like waste your time, unless like
I have to be able to switch my mind back and forth because I can be very like critical about like critiquing stuff because I very much think even like in terms of making a film like following plot point. So I have to be like, all right, I'm watching this as like this is going to be crappy, and I got my mind in that mindset, and then I think it's fine. But other than that, I'm going to be a lot more critical about it.
Yeah. I mean, like when you watch something good, like a great movie, you're just like, that was a great movie. Like I appreciated like all these like different elements to make this piece, but like sometimes like you'll just watch something and you're just like, oh, that was all right, I guess. Like I didn't really have like that great of expectations for it, but like it hit these like areas, and that's okay. But sometimes like you can watch something so bad, it's like great.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was the best thing about sci-fi original movies.
What's it called? What's the one movie with what's his name? The Disaster
Snakes on a Plane.
The Disaster Artist. The Room.
Yeah, the Room.
Yeah. Tell me what's up.
That's one of those.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Hi, Mark.
Yo, chicka, chip.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Dougie. You're my favorite customer.
Hi, Johnny. You're my favorite customer. Or something like that.
Dougie.
Did they ever actually like find out what country that guy's from? Or, like,
no, but
there was like Eastern European.
Well, because he never said. And then there was one interview because when the Disaster Artist was coming out, when that movie was coming out, then James Franco brought Tommy with him to I think Conan or something, and then and on there, Tommy finally said that like European like or something like that, and then they're all like, what? Like James Franco was like, he's never said this.
That. I remember that.
So we finally know that, because he would always just say, "I'm American," like that's all he would say, and nothing else. I'm American.
Well, that was like the that. If anybody here watches like the Red Letter Media guys, one of the things they're usually known for is like the Plinkett reviews of like the Star Wars movies, which is like the kind of mocking the Star Wars movie review. They met him and they asked him to just like make a joke at George Lucas, and he's just like, I can't say that. I know him. And it's just like him talking about how he's friends with George Lucas, so he can't say anything mean about him.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Just even him in interviews, he's so in his own world. It seems like, but he seems like I don't know. He'd be fun to talk to, I think.
Right.
Or not. I don't know.
You mean George?
Yeah, well, George Lucas I think would be fun to talk to. I think it'd be cool to talk to George Lucas for like a day and see his thoughts on things.
Yeah, for sure. Like he really seems like really.
When I was making Star Wars, I thought it'd be important. Yeah, just all the stuff he has to say, I think would be fun.
It's not really about that. Anakin really.
Star Wars is a movie for kids.
Your mom. I'm like, oh, you're right. Whoa, I didn't think about that.
Groundbreaking.
That was like the ultimate thing with like Jar Jar. The last thing they talked about it, they're like, once I tell you who Jar Jar is based off of, you'll not be able to unsee it. He's like, he walks like that because he's based off Goofy.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh yeah, Goofy and Jar Jar walk the exact same. They both do like the
and even having like the long ears just drooping. Yeah.
Jar Jar's just based on Goofy.
Because I think there was Disney has their big conference thing, the D23, whatever it's called, and for like the Legacy Award thing for like specific like celebrities or directors or actors or whatever, George Lucas was getting his, and he was like, and that's where he said like on stage, he's like, this means so much to me because like my like one of my favorite characters I ever created was Jar Jar Binks, and he was based off of Goofy, and it's like, oh, it's like a sweet little moment, like even knowing like the history of like the hate that Jar Jar got and all those whatever.
Was this said before Disney bought Star Wars or after?
No, this was like after. It was after.
Right? The first time he said it was before though, because I was in the big interview and they brought in like Hayden Christensen and talked to all those guys again.
Yeah, even
that was when they were
the
getting
too.
the rights because they wanted to make 7. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. like behind the scenes and stuff.
Imagine if they like fully like ripped. He's like, he's like does the Misa and stuff. He's like, Gorsh. Like he just sneaks that in there, and he's like, wait a minute, did you say Gorsh?
I think that was the funniest scenes too, and like the behind the scenes for episode
Gorsh.
1. If you've never seen behind the scenes for episode 1, you should, because it's
that's amazing.
Because you see even like how the hardships too, like they don't hide it. It's so good.
Yeah,
like even when they're frustrated with each other. And then there was a moment though that sticks out to me is when George literally says,
it?
"Oh, but when George literally says, talking about Jar Jar, he's like, he's gonna make or break the film. He's the key to all this.
Yeah,
if he doesn't work, the movie doesn't work." And it's just so interesting that he said that.
Because like I thought you meant whenever they're like watching it back and it gets to like the movie ends, and he's like, maybe we put a little too much at the ending there, and he's like talking about how
horror in their faces.
Yeah. Because he's like, oh God, George Lucas is like, oh God, I messed up because I have too much happening at the same point. Whenever we have Point Break, and so he realized what was happening too. But
and they were like, but it's literally too late now. Like we already we're ready to distribute this.
And you even like throughout the whole thing, you'd see people want to question George, but they couldn't because he's got power over everything. So he'd be like, oh, that's okay, George, and he'd just be like, okay, I'm gonna go and write the next script then.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you see like
there's a lot of pressure there, like in that context, because like at that point Star Wars existed, and so it's like,
and this is all the behind the scenes of Phantom Menace. They included all of it, which is
you
crazy.
can't just say like nah, George, it's not a good idea. Like, I mean, it's
because Plinkett even mentioned that with the behind the scenes of the Disney ones, where everybody's just the whole time, all the behind the scenes, they're all smiling and talking about how fun it is.
Except actually, if you watch,
I would have paid the guy to go up to George and say that to him, just to watch what happens.
Yeah, except if you watch the what's it called, The Last Jedi behind the scenes, you could see some tension in that one for sure, because of like Mark just
mainly sexual tension.
Yeah, sure. Well, no, oh man, there's a funny moment in it actually with like the Yoda puppet and like Rian Johnson.
Go on.
No, I'm serious. Rian Johnson's like, I'm gonna get your ass or something like that, like with the Yoda puppet or something like that. It's like, oh, that's weird.
That's funny.
but anyways,
he was actually talking to Star Wars as a whole.
Yeah, that's. Yeah,
Rian Johnson is a weird choice. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, this is the Star Wars podcast.
I know. but it's just interesting that like to see like when it's an authentic like behind the scenes with like the hard stuff too, and then like versus the Disney ones are like very clean and like it's the legacy. It's beautiful. Even we're all working together. We're holding hands.
Yeah, they have the Star Wars music playing in the background.
Yeah, it's all nice and peaceful.
Oh, like cinematic too. It's just like no bus fucking pan of like this one character doing one scene.
This dude, this alien walking. It's like it's a production in itself, and it's like versus like back then the behind the scenes was like messy, just like someone's vlog. Yeah,
like the original saga behind the scenes I used to love to watch, where they were like, they'd have all the little model props and stuff, and they were like freaking out about how to make, it's like this thing, we're gonna blow this up. What are we gonna do if we get this shot wrong? We messed up. And like the C-3PO armor, he couldn't really walk in it at first. He kept falling down.
Yeah.
Just watching all of that stuff happen was like, I loved that as a kid. Watching just
imagine just like chipping C-3PO and just like, can't get up.
Yeah.
That was sick.
You, Anthony Daniels.
That was like the first
turtling on the ground, like somebody fucking pick me up.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened too.
Whenever, Return of the Jedi, when he's walking on the Tatooine thing, he starts to fall. And you see George like struggling, trying his best to catch him as he's just like slowly falling because his knees are like this. Stiff, yeah. So he's like slowly just falling forward. Anything about it. Or like he'd break his leg if he tried.
I wonder how that would feel. Like you can't like move your limbs. Like you just brace for impact. I wonder how many times he's fallen. Like
it has to be scary.
Yeah,
George.
Body.
Someone catch me.
Oh no! And it's just like.
I hope R2's behind me.
Oh man!
Just tie him up with wires, so like at least you can like pull him back up.
Yeah.
Line him up again.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the Obi-Wan series to come out.
Mm-hmm. I am too. Yeah. Like I'm very curious, especially because there's like Disney Plus put out like this like kind of like a reel of like previews of like what's coming, and like they had like some concept art from it and stuff, and I'm like, oh,
Did you watch the Star Wars Visions?
Yes.
Absolutely. Like I haven't finished it yet, but from what I've seen so far, so fire, so good.
And it was my dream come true when that came out when that was even announced, because it was like I've always wanted a like Star Wars anime, like legit.
Yeah.
And then like I think what's cool about it is that I think it opens opportunities for like, okay, if there's one concept that's being received really well from one of these, to run with that and make like a full series of that one short, you know?
Because I never gave it a chance. So,
dude, a few of them, I'm like, that could totally be a series. I'm like, for sure, it needs to be.
Yeah. Like,
but I mean, I'm sure there might be like a second batch.
Did anyone like watch the Arcane series on Netflix?
No, I still haven't. No.
I haven't yet. My brother watched it and he said it was.
Yeah, so I haven't watched it yet. You know, I don't play League of Legends, but I read like a thing where it was just like, this is the future of animation.
Yeah,
you know. So I mean, I don't. You know,
I've been told that even people that don't like League should check it out, and that you don't even need League of Legends to understand it.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot of people are like reacting to it really well. That are they also say like, nah.
I mean, I guess that's how Castlevania's been, right? Like,
yeah, they don't even play. Yeah, people who haven't even played the games like enjoy it.
Yeah, dude,
Castlevania was so good.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that.
I'm currently on season 4. I think Ricardo's on season 3.
Yeah, yeah. I still need to watch more, but
I mean, the action scenes are just so fantastic. Like,
yeah, they are. Yeah.
So like, immediately from like from the first season, from the first episode, I'm like, this is different. This is like it feels like a lot of times, like even if it's from the animation of like how scenes were blocked for characters, but even in the dialogue, I'm like, this is dope because it feels like a live show, you know, like a live action show, like kind of dialogue in animation. I'm like, I like that a lot. The delivery especially. It's not like line by line. It feels like just actual conversation, like from season 1. It's really
cool. I think season 1 was originally supposed to be a movie, like those 4 episodes.
Feels like that. It kind of
because that was the plan, and then it was like 4 or 5 years before it was ever on Netflix. I remember they were talking about it, and they were going to make a movie, and it was the same writer and stuff. And then they ended up Netflix got it, and they turned it into a series. Mm-hmm. So I think that was what he had originally for the movie, and he made it, you know, based off of Castlevania 3.
Yeah.
Dracula's Curse, which is what the
Dracula's Curse
series is.
Mm-hmm. Which I feel like is a good move because, like, you know, as like when you're watching a movie, it just kind of like plays through. Like when you're watching like a series of episodes and you stop at a point, you're like, wait, I gotta find out what the fuck happens next.
It tricks you into like you want to have more
anticipation. Yeah,
I feel like you get more connected with the characters, you know, through a series.
Yeah, when you have more time with them, and like literally more time, but also even in the story if it's written in the way where you're learning more about them. So like it's
like season 2 is went on beyond the third game, so they're like adding on a whole new pieces of lore, which is crazy.
Yeah.
To a game from like, God, when did Castlevania 3 come out? It was on the NES.
Yeah.
But I think I started playing it like on the PlayStation. Like,
so you played Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
Which I think this series kind of like borrows a lot from like aesthetically, because like even like Alucard's design, like Alucard's design for sure.
Alucard for sure.
But even like that, like I think it was the end of season 1 where it's like when we meet Alucard, like for real, like and just that moment, the interaction with Trevor, and they have that little fight, and like even then it's like it's fun because at that point you already know Trevor, and like just the clash of like even the kind of people they are, like where they're from. Yeah, like Trevor being like, you know, used to like just being like I guess almost like Han Solo, like in like this just in like the seedy like world of just like doing like things or whatever, and then like you have like this proper like, you know, Alucard, and then like.
But here's the impressive thing between both of those characters: they let them laugh.
Yeah,
like that's what separates them from like many other series where it's like this character is the drunk, angry one, and this character is the serious one, and so they hate each other. It's like they'll make a joke and both laugh at it. It's like, oh, there we go. There's
there's like when they get more chemistry.
It's something that you can very easily do in the writing room, but that change in the way the actors portray it is what's going to completely make a character, because they're not a 2D as much as they're a 2D object. They're not a 2D personality.
Because like my favorite moment too when they met is like when I think Trevor like tries to knee Alucard in the groin, and then Alucard's like, "This isn't a ball fight." I'm like, "That's awesome!" Like just that moment. I'm like, "That's so real." Like that you're right there, and then you have that chemistry between them. It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So video games.
They never added Grant though. Well, I was say they never added Grant, who is the fourth character in Castlevania 3. They acknowledge him twice when they talk about the guy who's riding in a boat hooked to a horse-drawn carriage, or a boat hooked to horses. Which is what's his name? Grant. Oh yeah, Grant Dynasty, because he's a pirate character.
Dynasty.
I know originally that the writer didn't want to put him in season 1 because he hated his name, and he said there's no reason for a landlocked area to have a pirate.
That's true.
But I still wanted to like Grant Dynasty to be in there. So whenever they got to the point where they just refer to that idiot with a sailboat hooked to a horses, I was like, hey, it's Grant. And so they like acknowledge he exists, but they never introduced him.
Maybe ironically, it would even like be too silly. I don't know, because of like how serious it was, even though it's still like. Well,
they even referred to him as calling himself the Pirate of the Roads.
Were they gonna create another season, or was that like the end?
I don't know, because I haven't finished season 4, so I don't.
Right. Yeah, I want to divulge then, but
I don't know either.
I think of the line, because
I don't know.
There was Leon, then there was Trevor, and then
Richter.
Richter was a lot further down the line.
Well, Richter's like his grandson or something like that. Trevor's.
No, Richter is like the 1600s, and Trevor's like the 1400s.
Oh, are you sure?
Richter is in between. Simon is in between Trevor and Richter, and Simon is like 5 or 6 lines down from Trevor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
all I know is that both of them are in Smash.
That's true. Simon and Richter.
That's true. That's true.
They're very easy to edge guard.
Yeah, because
and Gimp. Yeah.
They don't have like the best recovery, but when they recover, it's annoying. And
yeah.
Oh man. Okay. What about? Oh, go ahead, Alan.
I don't hear him.
Oh no.
His mic.
Oh no.
His mic. Wow. You know what? Actually, your mic has been lasting. It lasted longer than what it normally does. Usually, like when me and him have meetings, it's like the first like 2 minutes it goes out.
Oh no.
Yeah. It takes.
So while he's working at that, welcome back to the Castlevania podcast.
No.
Yeah.
I was gonna
talk about the history of the Belmonts.
Do you guys do like Dungeons and Dragons together through Discord or like?
Oh, absolutely.
We have before.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
I have a whole homebrewed world full of stupid thousands of years of lore because I'm a nerd and I like to write vast stories.
You would say that you're a pretty good DM then, right?
I have fun DMing.
Yeah,
I don't know, Ricardo. You've had me as a DM. How would you rate my?
Sucks. I'm kidding.
There you go.
No. Yeah, Jordan does a good job of like describing the scenes and everything, and even like because there's like lore that I know he wrote up and stuff. He does a good job of like kind of like slowly introducing it as we're playing, like in a way that's like, where it doesn't feel like it's just to like exposition, like just like saying it. It'll be like even like through characters and stuff, like explaining like things, and then
like I like to write stuff and be like, you'll probably never
too.
find this, but if they do, that'd be cool.
Yeah, like it's either through like characters or items and stuff that like he'll try to introduce like lore through that, and it feels more natural. It feels better than like just this is what it is.
See, I'm like the thing is like I got into playing Dungeons and Dragons like maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, about 3 years ago. But like I was playing it, but like I just didn't have enough time to keep it consistent because like the group that I was with, they were like every Saturday, and I was just like, I can't do this every Saturday.
Yeah, no.
You know, and it was fun though when I was doing it. Like I definitely enjoyed it a lot, and like there's even times where I'm just like, I want to learn how to DM, and like I know, you know, my friends that I hang out with, they haven't played it yet, but like I know introducing it to them, they would freaking enjoy it. Like just do a quick like one shot campaign, you know. But yeah, man, I love listening to Dungeons and Dragons podcast. One that I was listening to recently. I don't know if you guys have listened to this one, but it's called Dungeons and Daddies. And
I think I've heard of it. I've heard of it, but I've never listened to it.
That's the name. So, but yeah, Dungeons and Daddies. No, it's freaking hilarious. So basically, it's these like 4 dads, and they get transported into this like mythical world, and they lose their kids or they lose their sons, and they're out like looking for their sons, like But it's just like the whole journey and everything. The characters that each of the people created, freaking hilarious, dude. You guys should check it out.
It's always fun when players like even get into character and everything. And Alan, what were you gonna say before your mic died?
I was just gonna ask if like any of the Castlevania characters can like use their whip to like connect to the ledge, or they just have like
you can recover with that. Yeah.
So like it like
you have to do like a forward air, when you're off stage, I think, right?
I think the forward air is when you gotta fare that edge, bro.
Or like even as they can't Zare, can they? Only Samus Zares.
Wait, what?
Where you
like if you push like grab and like
you throw your grab while you're there.
No, because they're not a tether grab. Simon and Richter, they're not tether grab. They're
so they can't do what like Byleth does.
No, not like that.
No, that's Byleth's upbeat.
They should add that. Like their recover is
apparently like the very last patch already came out.
Yeah,
the very last time. So.
Sakurai said no more.
Yeah,
damn,
no more Smash.
But
that's it. I gave you guys Sora. That's it,
bro. I mean, just
that's it.
Thinking about like Smash Ultimate alone, like just how unbelievable it is. Like, there's no way it could ever happen again. No way.
Absolutely not. Like you can't top that.
No.
Sure they can. They're gonna make another one. They're gonna make another one.
Every Nintendo console, they're gonna do that. They're gonna make a new Mario Party, and they're gonna make a new Mario Kart.
They're gonna keep adding characters, more characters.
Wait, there wasn't even
created.
The thing is, though, for the Switch, there hasn't even been a new Mario Kart. It was just a port of the Wii U one, just made better with all the DLC.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Mario
no, but like they're not gonna do. There's no Mario. There
should have been Mario Kart 9. The Switch has every Nintendo on it.
That's true.
Yeah,
they're just gonna they're gonna keep adding it, man. It's just on probably a fat hiatus.
But
talk to me like in 10 years when it comes back.
Well, what's interesting is that there's gonna be the like an official Smash circuit with Ultimate and Melee, like officially licensed by Nintendo.
Oh, tournament, right?
Yeah. Like
I saw that.
Like a circuit, but officially licensed finally after like how long?
Yeah, dude. I mean, well,
now that it's over.
I don't know if you heard about like all that crazy drama. I'm not gonna like talk about it really too much, but
you mean like save Melee and save like that stuff?
No, not even that, dude. Like I was actually like what happened with Zero, what happened with Naira.
Oh, that. Oh,
yeah. All of that, yeah.
All that happened, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like I thought Nintendo was definitely gonna be like, well, absolutely not. Now we're definitely gonna distance ourselves away from that.
Which I understand business wise, but then like, but the fact that they're doing this now, like officially licensed tournament, like circuit, like that is, it's just interesting because like why did it take this long? And then it's funny that like now that your game is done, or like now that you're not gonna do anything more with the game, then you're gonna do it. But then it's like, okay, well, before with Melee, you were like years done with the game. And you didn't allow this, so why now?
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Well, it's also cool,
pandemic timing. They're just like, I don't know, maybe just like one last hurrah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I think it's gonna be next year.
Good job, you're the best. We don't have any actual gifts for you though. You can get.
Imagine there's like just no payout either.
Maybe he sees
another Switch.
He gets. Your breakable Switch. No, maybe the best of the best will have a sneak peek of what's next.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
321 years between Trevor and Richter, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a long time.
They're in the same game though together.
Yeah, not Trevor. Simon is. Wait.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. I was thinking of Richter.
Yeah, Simon's in it. You're right.
Trevor was a badass. I don't know.
Simon's the one everybody knows.
I don't know any of the personality like of Simon or Richter though.
Yeah.
Well, the old NES games, the personality is mainly Trevor, please help me. Okay, no. So I mean, it's like because you could choose in that game who you wanted to add to your party of the three other heroes.
I'm gonna start saying that to people when someone asks me for help.
Okay,
no.
Okay, no.
no.
And it was like bad writing. They just be like, "Oh no, my family is dead. I need help. I will join you." Yes, no, and it's just like,
will they join you?
Talking like a true Californian.
Story.
Nah, but yeah. Nah.
You know, I do say no.
It's finest,
That's
guys.
the
No, yeah. No, yeah. Yeah.
I'll go no, yeah.
No, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. No, yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
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 I think that's something that like all Americans kind of have.
Yeah, it's just funny, like the.
No, it's a specifically Californian thing.
We're special. Let us be special, man. It's called a coast for a reason.
You're one of the states that like talks about itself a lot, like New York.
Yeah.
The people that are from New York, you know.
Exactly.
That's their only personality trait is they're from New York.
That's why we're rivals with New York.
Yeah, they think they're
we don't
cooler
care.
coast.
That's funny, dude.
Like nobody cares I'm Sam from Southern Indiana.
Unless you're there and then you have like your turf wars with your.
Well, you know what it's
places.
like here, Ricardo. It's actually a lot bigger than people realize.
It's funny.
But...
It's a weird place because it's like it tricks you. It's like we're small, and then you look back at like you just went like 50 miles around the place, and it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's huge.
How cold is it? How cold does it get there?
Not like insanely. The biggest issue though we do have is that a lot of times during the winter we get ice. Which is why a lot of people and the issue with that's a lot of people
you speak of.
Exactly. Well, the people from like the East Coast, a lot of them will be here and they'll be like, I live in New York. We have piles and piles of snow. We'll be fine. And they drive and crash and die because it's ice. It's not snow.
Right.
And they have, we have a huge city, but we have like 3 snow trucks. So they kind of go through and some roads get fixed, others don't. So it's just ice everywhere. But the coldest it gets here, I don't know, like maybe down to the 20s. And then whenever, and that's of course Fahrenheit for people, but and then our hottest is like
the coldest we get here is like 20 degrees. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like mid high 20s.
First purchase would be a flamethrower.
Yeah,
just like melt things away.
The Elon Musk one.
Is that like a common thing in cold areas? Have you seen anyone else with a potential flamethrower?
Well, we're not really that cold of an area because usually it's around like 70s, 80s, 90s here. Plus, we have a lot of humidity, which Ricardo got to experience that too.
Okay. So why the ice then?
So that's just the one part of the year, like around January, it just becomes like around 20s. And that's usually a pretty. If we go further north, like to Indianapolis and stuff, and like just even Chicago, Detroit, all those areas, that's where the big
like
snow.
Yeah,
because they start dropping.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then the areas in between us, like because there's our area of the Midwest which is where like the bigger cities are, and then like south of us is like Nashville, and so and then there's the part that's further west of us, which is the flyover part of the Midwest, where it's like if you fly over, it looks like squares.
It's just
yeah. Ricardo had to drive through that area. That had to suck.
Yeah, it was just
all flatlands.
But the most part of that,
and just like. It's green, pretty green, bright green, but it's like flat. And then you get to a point where it's like flat and then nothing but windmills, like those giant windmills. And then so like when it's at night, it's just like a bunch of blinking red lights, and it's like, what is it? There's nothing else. This is
but then that's the thing though, because that area, if you go north, it gets to like negative 30 degrees during the winter. Which is absolutely insane because like whenever I think of it, I'm like, Alaska probably gets those crazy temperatures, but areas like I didn't realize there were areas here like North Dakota just gets like negative 20, negative 30 degrees during the winter.
That's true, yeah. Alaska definitely. Like I've been teasing my friend, so like I have a friend in Alaska, and like on Snapchat, I'm like we're like teasing each other back and forth with like the temperature, and she'd send something that's like, and it's like negative, I don't know, like negative like 7 or something. And then later on in the day, it's like 2 degrees, and she's like, "It got warmer." I'm like, oh,
Wow, 2 degrees.
Man.
That's
No, like
I started complaining at like 6 in the 60s that it's too cold.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, that's exactly what happens here. I mean, getting up to go to the car in the morning now, it's just like,
Yeah, it's miserable.
But it's more chill there too because of the like in the Bay Area, right? With like the breeze.
yeah. I mean, just a little. I feel like it's a little bit. I mean, like it's surprising when I go to SoCal. It's like, all right, it's like actually like a little bit warmer here.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad. Like it is a little more breezy like throughout the year, which is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it hits like January, it gets cold. But like a funny weather story I like to tell is my Rob Wave Exchange, who we talked about in the street. He he used to live in Hawaii, and basically every day he would call me to let me know that the weather is great. That's fucking asshole. Like you don't have to literally. I'm not joking. Like he would call me literally every day.
That's amazing.
To just be like, yeah, it's like 80 degrees here. It's just nice. Sun's out.
That's
I'm
so
like,
good.
bro, you don't have to call me like literally every day. And I have and like I didn't like after a while I just stopped picking up, right? And so he left me a voicemail. I just kept this voicemail so I can prove this.
Oh no.
Hey Alan, just calling you to let you know that I'm in Hawaii and it's super nice over here. Currently it's 83 degrees. A little bit of cloud, a little bit of awesomeness, a little bit more awesomeness, pretty clear skies. Just a little cloudy though, a little cloudy.
And he would do this every day. I'm like, dude, you don't have to call me. You don't have to call me to tell me that.
What a guy. What a guy. That's I feel like that's something I would do with my friends just to mess with them.
The consistency of this man was amazing, and I just like I can't like I can't
fault him.
I can't like I just can't delete it from my phone because it's just like
no, that's a treasure. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
And like when you meet him like in person, like it's just like it fits his personality so well.
But just just like being specific, like, hey, I'm in Hawaii. Like, okay.
I just love that he gave the full like forecast. Like that's he talks about like it's cloud, partly cloud, like all that crap is awesome.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricardo, what was? What?
Oh no, I was just gonna say I freaking love Rob.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ricardo, so what was worse for you? I mean, obviously you were here on a colder day overall, but is it like our humidity or the dry heat for you guys? Because again, you came here on a day where it was like 70 something, but obviously in the video we shot, you're dripping in sweat.
That was
dude.
bad, dude. Because here's the thing, because like inside it wasn't really like humid anymore, but then like I don't know if it's like my body catching up with like, oh, by the way, all this sweat you had to like I don't know, like finish sweating.
Well, so that's the thing with humidity is it's not you're sweating, it's the air outside is sweating around you.
Yeah, so it's like you have to catch up. You were hot, remember? So you gotta
because
sweat
it's
now.
The air is actually becoming moist, and that's what causes the humidity. So it's like this you walk outside and it's sweating on you, and you're like, oh god dang it.
Yeah, it was bad. But because like drier heat, it's like you can like cool off and that's it. But like,
well, because I've liked areas where it's been like a dry heat.
Because typically when you're like sweating in dry heat and then there's like some breeze or something, you're cooling off because of your sweat. But if it's humid, you can't cool off your sweat because you're just getting more sweat from the air onto your sweat,
which then makes you hotter.
And it's just so there's like no breathing. There's like no breathing with the.
Humidity is just rough. Like,
oh no, it died again.
Cut out. There it is.
R.I.P. the mic.
Well, let's say so while we wait for that.
Oh,
did you get it?
I saw some green. I saw the green thing.
I would say on our coldest days here, Ricardo, your bones actually start to hurt.
I don't like that.
I'm just gonna change my mic to my webcam.
Okay. Well, we hear you now.
I don't know how like the difference quality, but like
so
humidity, just like across the board, is just like it's hard to deal with. Like like all you want is cool down, but it's just hot and wet all over.
Yeah.
Like I remember going to Mexico and just staying in our hotel because that was like the only spot with like AC. And you walk outside, it's just like this thick, like wet, like cloud of water.
Yeah,
like
so
it's there, you can't see it.
Our weather right now for me it's 10:30 at night is 36 degrees Fahrenheit, 90% humidity.
What? Oh, what?
And then 90% humidity, 15% precipitation.
How does that work?
How's that feel?
That's a lot of moistness.
Jordan, how are you doing, Jordan? Jordan, are you okay? How are you doing?
Well, I'm in a house, so I'm fine.
Here's some water.
It's just more water.
Just walk outside and I'll get water everywhere. But yeah, so it's just weird crap like that of just how humid it always is here for weird reasons like that. But obviously during the cold, like when it's cold, you don't really realize you just have aching limbs because it gets, icy.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
so
interesting.
Yeah, it was just kind of. Yeah, I remember it was just. I don't know. It wasn't.
That's once you get to the below freezing point, like below like 32 or whatever, you start to feel it like in your limbs and stuff.
I think you can. I can deal with it, but like, it's just knowing how. I just feel bad for others around me because then they might look at me and be like, "Oh, poor guy, like he's like sweating so much." But it's like, but a lot of it, it's like, first of all, I already have issues with like I sweat even if I'm like standing still somewhere.
Right.
I'll sweat like in like.
Which you did. You were like chilling, just sitting there, and you're just like all of a sudden your shirt's just like.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That was because of the humidity. If it wasn't humid, I wouldn't have. That wouldn't have happened. But if it's like.
Yeah, the world sweat all over your shirt.
So it was just. It was bad. I was like, oh man, this sucks because it's like I don't want you to feel like
part of living here.
I mean, it's
I don't want you to feel like you can't approach me or anything.
You just forget like how like other parts of the world like operates. Like there's humidity, man.
Yeah. Like
I forget about that because I got
Yeah.
like wind hitting me from the Bay Bridge.
Yeah, you got the nice breeze.
Yeah.
Speaking
so
of,
my
like,
area is a valley, so I actually we get pretty good amounts of wind and stuff here too, like because it it droops down.
No, but Ricardo, like how you sweat very easily and stuff. That's like my cousin Tomas. He literally just like stands there and he's just dripping in sweat.
Yeah,
Like, dude,
Oh my god,
like, what's the matter with you, bro? Like, why are you so like soaked right now, bro?
no,
and it's not even like there's no reason for it either. Like, because it's funny because like if I'm active, I don't sweat as much. Like if I'm actually doing something, if I'm working out or if I'm like walking or if I'm running or whatever it is, I'm not sweating as much as I would if I'm just standing still in heat. I don't know.
That's a good thing to do anyway when exercising.
No, Tommy just gets more like just soaked. He'll be standing, he'll get drenched, and then like if he starts moving, he'll like be even more like sweaty.
Well, I have a story like that. Like I've heard from like my mom when I was like a baby in the crib and stuff. Yeah. There'd be nights where like they'd get up and they'd notice that like the whole crib, like the sheets and everything, like they were just like soaked, and I was soaked, and they're like, wait, is it because he like peed or something? And no, it was just the sweat. It's something I always had ever since I was.
It's your superpower.
Yeah.
Charles Xavier is gonna pull up and be like, Ricardo, I'd like to recruit you to the X-Men.
What if it's like nitroglycerin and it's like it's like what's his name? Like Bakugo from My Hero Academia. It's like it just like.
I just love the idea of Professor X putting you in the danger room, and then you're just like they have all the guns pointing at you, and you just start sweating.
The freaking Sentinel comes up. The Sentinel tries to crush me, but I'm like too slippery. I'm like, that's my power. And then, that'd be fun.
And then I'm there beside you with my inability to smell. It's like the new X-Men.
That's right, dude. Oh man.
Like it's like Wolverine's like, Jordan, do you see him coming? And you're like,
he's going in.
No, but I can't smell him coming either. And it's like, okay, good. And then, but yeah, dude, like the Bay Area, like I want to go back. Like I had this one trip where I went to we went to San Francisco, and like where we stood was just like in this one place that's like just on the street, and it wasn't even like, so it was so cool because like it felt like just being part of like just the local environment, and even like walking down the street to like a local little like diner thing, and then like and then taking the transportation around. And dude, it's a nice, like San Francisco is a beautiful city, and
it really is, dude. The last time I went there, what was the last time? Oh, it was actually right before the pandemic happened. I actually took a road trip up with a couple of my homies that I grew up with back in elementary school. That was a dope road trip, but we drove up through Big Sur. I don't know if you've ever driven through Big Sur, but Big Sur is absolutely like one of the most beautiful like places to drive through, like in California. Like probably my number one place that I've driven through, just because you're driving on the coast and you're just seeing, you know, just the ocean with the coastline and everything, dude. And it's just like
driving up the coast.
It's beautiful, dude. Yeah. But the last time I went there, I ended up we stayed a night in San Francisco. That was actually a horrible long ass drive. So it was what was supposed to be a 5-hour drive. It ended up being like a 7-8 hour drive because we did the scenic route, and then we got to San Francisco, went to a bar, got a couple drinks in, and then we woke up at like 6 a.m. to drive all the way from San Francisco to Portland, and we didn't realize that was going to be a brutal drive. We were just like, yeah, you know what? It's 5 hours, 7 hours to San Francisco, and then.
But you went up like to the coast and stuff, though. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so we didn't realize like, oh yeah, and then 10 hours to Portland. That's nothing, and then driving through that. Oh my god!
10 hours,
dude. That was awful, bro. I mean, the scenery was dope, and just like the whole road trip was freaking awesome too. I mean, you know that feeling of just being on the road with your homies and just like
especially if you have like music going, and then it's also just like laughs and stuff. And
hell yeah, bro, and like just it's just a dope feeling, like just being on the road. And
so when are we going?
Right. Yeah, bro. Hey, dude.
Let's all get in a car and go.
My girlfriend's gonna be in the chat. She's gonna be like, get in line.
True.
She's like,
drive down here and chill. You could see what humidity is like.
She's gonna be like, oh, like
no.
She's like, you can't go to any of these places until like you've gone with me first. Yeah. It's dope though. Like I'm like,
I'll third wheel it then.
Yeah. But we want to plan a trip to Yellowstone. I definitely want to go there.
Okay.
Go to Montana. What's another place I want to go?
I want to go to New Orleans, man.
Yeah.
New Orleans. Just eat all that food.
Yeah.
Might go to Texas.
Ricardo, bring him here in October.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the food thing there. The food festival in India, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, one of the areas by here has a fall festival, which is the thing. God, it sounds horrible, but thanks to your bro Hurricane Katrina, it became the world's largest street festival here in southern Indiana, and that's just everything comes here because of it was what's the event? Through the beads, Mardi Gras. But Hurricane Katrina messed that one up for him, so we got the world's biggest street festival. And I think that just this year might have been the 100th year anniversary. I can't remember, but they have just a whole street of just food carts and stuff all the way down of anything.
What was the one thing you said they have that's like fried what? And I'm like, how is that even possible?
Oh, deep fried ice.
Yeah. What is it?
So you take ice cubes and you put it in batter, and then they put it so it doesn't like melt. And then whenever they deep fry it and you bite into it, it's like a plasma. So it's basically like a deep fried food with plasma in it. Then they also have deep fried butter, which I'm pretty sure is designed just to murder you.
That sounds.
It sounds.
That just sounds.
And then they have the areas of like all the like the testicle booths, like you can get bull testicles or goat testicles.
I was like, wait.
Yeah,
hey, that's my kind of snack. Let's go. No.
Woo.
And then of course you see the kids like the I ate a cricket sticker because they got like a popsicle with like a bug or something in it.
I've never tried a testicle before.
I haven't done it.
It'll be your first time.
I'm not gonna try one for a while.
And if I did, I wouldn't be able to tell you what it tasted like anyway. So.
Oh yeah, hey, there you go.
Out of my mouth.
That's true. Yeah.
But you would be able to tell us. You would be able to tell us the texture though.
Yeah, it's true. I would. It feels like balls.
So
just know.
I have a story.
Somebody's like, "This feels familiar." You're like,
"Wait, what, Jordan?"
Yeah.
So I have a story. I have a story like from the sweating story. From the sweating comment from earlier. And then I have to go because I have to make dinner.
And go to the gym.
I didn't. I'm not going to the gym now. The gym's passed. But so we're just talking about like people we know who like just sweat profusely for like no reason, right?
Yeah.
And one time, my friend, maybe I just won't name him. We'll just call him.
But it rhymes with. Oh.
We'll just call him Ash.
Because his name's Ash.
Oh, okay.
And like we're going to a music festival, and he sweats like bullets. He'll just stand there and just start sweating for no apparent reason.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll have like a cloth on him, wipe it off, and you'll just look at him and be like, man, he is sweating. So we get to the front of the line at security check, and the security guard looks at him, and he's just like, yeah, he can't come in. I'm just like, well, why not? He's just like, he's definitely on drugs. I'm just like, no, he's not. He's not on drugs. He's just
he's just sweaty. Oh,
sweating. He's like sweating like so hard. He's just standing there. I'm like, dude, like, listen to me. We're not on drugs. We just want to get into the festival. Like, I traveled all the way out here, and like my friend's getting denied because he's sweating. So and I'm like trying to convince him, like, we're not on drugs. He's just sweaty. He's just a sweaty guy. And like, yeah. And like, I'm like doing my best. Like, I'm just being sincere, right? And like, so the security guard like goes to the med tent, and like, and the med people are like, all right, just come with us. And I'm tired of the med person. Like, he's not on drugs. Just let me into the festival, please. Like, he's like I swear to like on everything, he's just a sweaty person. And like finally, after like some convincing, like they're like, look, we believe you. He's just so fucking sweaty, like we can't tell. You know, we gotta make sure. We gotta make sure. So like, take these fucking water bottles, right? And like drink this fucking like IV. And I'm just like, oh, thank God, man. Like that was like. It's just stressful because it's like, are we really not gonna get into this festival right now? Because
it's so sweaty. Oh, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's
I mean, it's just so just so interesting to see, because it's not like crazy overweight or anything. I just don't know what is going on with this sweat gland.
Some people just have that. One of my neighbors doesn't have like sweat glands, and so there's times where she'll like mow her grass or something, and if she doesn't have like a constant supply of water, she'll suffer heat stroke.
That makes sense.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Oh,
that's weird, man. That's
crazy.
People are
crazy when people have stuff like that.
Yeah, people are interesting. Different people, different things, different places.
It's like when people don't have the abilities to sense certain temperatures either. Like there's this person, God, I can't remember what it was, but basically it was like working near like a freezer is basically what it was. And there's this giant, air conditioner. So the whole area just had to stay cold, and they just worked in like shorts and no shirt because their body just always wanted to keep up warmth. So they just wore that, and that was how they worked. And it's just like, yeah, okay.
Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, forming the X-Men, man.
Yeah,
I think we all know that one person where it's just like, man, it's like 20 degrees out, and you're in like shorts and a t-shirt still.
Yeah, it's horrible. I can't imagine.
Sounds like California, like just like a lot of us like just do that. We just dress in like shorts and even like flip flops and stuff. Like even if it's like cold, so because it's cold, we have like a hoodie, and that's it.
Right.
I am in shorts and a long sleeve right now. So.
I am in shorts, and I had long sleeve earlier today.
Yeah.
That's the thing I noticed.
I'm actually in pants right now, but I have a t-shirt on.
I'll get you out of here.
I wore. Wait, hold on. I wore them with sandals.
Okay, yeah, no. There you go. California.
I was like, because that's something I noticed that it's weird enough that I don't wear shorts ever, because if people here, most people here wear shorts when it's hot. It's just that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But I just wear jeans like all the time. That's just what I do.
Like the leg breathing room.
I like the bagginess of jeans, I guess. But the thing with it is, so I wear those here. We were in Florida, and I was really, really out of place being the only person wearing jeans.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like in freaking like Speedos and like trunks and everything. I'm just walking around in like blue jeans. I'm like, oh, cool.
Should have worn your Speedos.
Yeah.
One day I will be
in a Speedo.
Well, I didn't want to show off my micro peen for everyone.
I will be in a Speedo one day. Cheeks out and all. But yeah, I gotta go.
So we could wrap up. We can wrap up the episode now. So just big thank you to both. Big thank you to both Aniki and Manasol. Two DJs, two halves of the beautiful collective that is Spiral Dreams, that is just growing. And They will
spiraling.
Yep, spiraling up.
Yeah.
Upwards
into your dreams.
And
fulfilling those dreams.
Yeah, and you could still buy your tickets for Winter's Nightmare, their next event that's going to be out here in Los Angeles, and it's exciting, December 18th. And yeah, thank you guys so much. And where could people find you?
Find them.
Yeah, where can they find you on social media? What are your handles?
Yeah, I mean, well, you can follow us on Spiral X Dreams. That's our Instagram account. Mine DJ account would be Aniki X Dreams.
Nice.
And then I also have my personal account if you guys want to follow my personal account. Mr. _Miyagi.
Nice.
But spelled like his name.
Yeah.
It's good.
Thanks.
All right. What about you, Alan? Where can we find you?
On Instagram, I'm mana.soul. Just a period in between mana and soul. And yeah, Spiral Extremes. I think it's just the same on all platforms. So yeah, give us a follow. Come out to the show. Make sure we don't go bankrupt. And we shall see you soon.
And what's your Twitch channel? Because you also have
DJ Monosoul.
Oh yeah, it's just DJ Monosoul.
Monosoul,
all caps,
yeah,
right?
All one word. Yeah, it just happens to be in caps. I think
he was really mad when he typed it.
I just like
shout out.
I thought it looked better as caps than just like like small fonts, because you're just like, what does that actually say?
Which, by the way, I love that the shout out is in small font.
Yeah, I mean it's a link, you
oh yeah, the link. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. So that's Spiral Dreams, episode 2 of the Podconius, and thank you, Jordan, for co-hosting. And
Ricardo, thank you for having me here on my podcast, the Podconius. I'm glad that you could join me once again.
Thank you for having us on the stream. My name's Aniki.
He's Aniki. He's and the other guy's Steve.
Yeah.
And welcome to my podcast.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you. Love to you guys as always. And yeah, so keep it wild. Yeah, sarang. Let's get there.
No, he's just being Italian.
Oh. All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you for everybody who watched live, and you can look for the episode. Should probably be out tomorrow on YouTube. So take care, and this was it. Podconius number 2. Nice.
I love you all.
Woo.
Love you more.
See you soon. Goodbye.